10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Radiant dire pack. Dire pack. Void incoming. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Earth Shaker.
Dire team ban.
Clockwork.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
No, it's fine. It's going to be a good match regardless, actually.
10 seconds remaining.
That's fine.
5 seconds.
Wake up like 5 minutes earlier from now on.
Yeah.
Just because it's the second week in a row. I know you're tired. I'm not blaming you for that, but
Yeah, I know.
just, you know.
I do wake up earlier, but
I know you do. I've been there. Don't worry about it. Ready to go to the draft?
Yep.
Radiant team.
3,
Radiant
2,
team ban.
1.
hello guys, and welcome back to the upper division.
Lower division?
Lower division of the Eastern European DPC League. Here created by ESL, powered by Intel. We have a draft in front of us between Bait and Imperial Pro Gaming. Game of the best of 3. Let's say. Lead. Very exciting match.
Yeah, I agree. This is going to be really exciting. This is going to close out our 3rd week here. Lower division of the DP League. As Avo said, I'm Seeker Strike, and this Avo right next call. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really good match today, actually. Bait versus IPG. Currently 0. Yet to find a win in best of 3. However, interestingly enough, they have had 3 tough opponents already. And in each of these 3 games, they've all won the first game before then losing. Always been in that order. I bring that up is because I think it's quite significant. They played already Hellraiser, and I believe Gambit, and they've taken the first game against all those 3 guys in the, which is really impressive because of Strike and Hellraiser is currently first and second in the group. Bait,
Like Gambit is not doing.
they are not. No, they actually have the record as Bait, as I recall, of 1 and 2 with a couple more losses. Bait, though, I don't want to say it's time for them to get serious, but they've had some relatively matches to start.
10 seconds.
They still have to play Windstrike, right? Or sorry, not Gambit. Strike and Hellraisers, thank
Which are the hard ones.
which are theoretically looking like the hard ones, right? So they really IPG, though, a 4th loss here, essentially eliminating top 2, makes it very difficult. So they need. Well, and of course, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention tragic loss of Bob 444 here, notably here because of RDO yesterday, and our condolences.
Radiant team pick.
But it was important.
Right, it's just a sad. It's just.
It is. A young player, and yeah, it's just a.
10 seconds.
But you know, Bait, they're gonna have to get win here as well.
5 seconds.
Better standings here. They're also coming a pretty difficult week. Lost both of the matches. Hustlers and some. Kind of one of the rare 2-0. Win here for these guys would be absolutely massive. It is really wire as we cross the halfway point.
Yeah, they've struggled to find the consistency did in. Seems like Bait is always running the late game. That's what they're doing every single day till now. Sometimes they get to it, sometimes they don't, and when they don't, they just simply. It doesn't seem like yet, and I don't. Too great. It's one of the stands out about that. I mean, it's a good thing they can play the late game so well, but it's also kind of worrisome that strategies. For now, Bait is looking for a more mid-game draft, which I'm happy about, but let's see what carry they pick up for RDO. Until now, they've been pretty much first facing RDO's pick, which is, let's be honest.
Yep, that's right. That was what I was going to say. I mean, with a carry like RDO, especially on the TP, if you can get away with picking the TP and get to the late game, that seems like a pretty good strategy on paper, at least, right?
Yes.
However, in practice, as you've been saying, really haven't been getting there for Bait. For IPG, what I would be looking for that consistent, and perhaps a little bit of that chemistry. They always start off really strong, and they don't quite fizzle out, but it seems like their opponents always kind of them out or figure out exactly where they are and are always hitting them. I'd like to see IPG close up a little bit more, especially in terms of their of endurance or their morale, I suppose.
I don't know, the Bait idea right now seems pretty good. One of the things I see as one of their issues is that actually seem a lot Nigma, where like Nigma is a team, for example, that if you notice, they only play win condition, struggle to do anything else. But Miracle luckily has a wide hero pool that allows them to play early or mid. And in the case of Bait, it seems like RDO is more on the late game win condition. So, two ways to fix this is either you expand RDO's hero pool, which I don't think fixes it that much because Nigma faces similar issues with Bait, to be honest, or alternatively just try to play a different kind of win condition. When you run Phoenix Mars Clockwork as like combo, I would say to some degree this ends up because that is such a powerful team fight combo. It's a great way to Supernova, and you can have a more I would say generic carry, more general carry here that can just combine with this combo. So I like Bait's idea for now. I don't know if it's gonna work because I've never seen them play a strat like this, but I think that this is the kind of plays that you have to make, especially in Division 2. Their goal should be to increase and become a better team rather than win the lower division and make it to the upper. That always seems impossible.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those two are hand in hand for some teams, but it can only be for two teams, of course.
Yeah, exactly. I find that if you're trying to go for the safe strategies in lower division, just because you think, oh, I'm going to make it to the upper division, well, yeah, but they're going to get destroyed there, so who cares, right? The whole point is to increase your... I feel like you can see this a lot, for example, in, well, some of the upper division teams that can't quite beat the top, say, 4 or 6. I mean, Chicken Fighters, for example, right now is in that kind of position.
You're referring to EU, because there's still kind of a big split in Eastern European upper division in terms of the better 4 teams. And
I mean, actually, you could put in the same bag, what was it, Extremum or even Unique, right? Where you're like, almost there, but not quite. And the lower division team, I'm sure the Extremum Unique are the same level as the lower division here, and so you at least should be able to beat them, right? You can't just try to increase your level as much as possible. You want to increase your skill level first. I like the Lycan pick for IPG. That's a classic for them as well. We've seen it a couple times for them.
Do you like it into the Mars?
He's not that bad if you know how to play Lycan. Like, the Shapeshift allows you to take away or to just run through the... How it works that you are fast enough on Lycan that if he summons Arena in the middle of it, right, and he doesn't have Yule Scepter, you can just run right through it. The whole point is what happens once he gets Yule Scepter.
Yeah, or a couple other complications, like if you're hit by an Aether Remnant or a hook shot.
Any
or
sort of
Icarus.
stunts,
yeah, I mean, like, that's the one thing. We've traditionally seen the counter when Lycan was, like, pretty much first phased every single time, and he would build Necrobook 3s, and then your offlane Beastmaster or your offlane Dazzle would also build Necro 3 minutes. That was a hell of a patch. So that's the only reason why I brought it up. We also don't really have a great egg hitter. Puck phase shift attack is a talent we're seeing once again commonly taken these days, but that does not actually target wards, which Supernova is a ward unit. It'll hit everything else, including buildings, heroes, creeps, whatever you want, wards. That is a slight weakness here. We don't have a great egg hitter, especially with and cogs to some degree to protect it.
I mean, I don't think you can get, like, besides Snapfire, I can't think of a single egg hitter.
Oh, in terms of, like, yeah, and fitting into the draft, yes.
Like,
absolutely.
if you need, like, 3 realistically egg hitters. Because right now you have a Puck, which is pretty decent egg hitter, to be
Yeah,
honest.
not bad. Not bad at all.
Not with the Arena and Clockwork as well. Huge and all. So it just... Yeah, it just... it's a struggle here, I would say, for IPG to beat this team fight. You could climb with a team fight of your own. I think Earthshaker and Undying is okay as team fight. I don't mind the Lycan too much. I think the only way you can really beat them is winning early mid game and not letting them get to their big wombo combo.
10 seconds.
What do you need here as an offlaner? I would like the Dark Suit.
Maybe you take a different approach. You run the Lycan in the offlane, you build for the Ags, and you get, I don't think, you know, the Wolf Bite for you to scaling in case your early game doesn't go amazing.
Yeah,
that's not what they want to do.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to up the tempo of your draft. I don't love the Underlord too much, but at least you can avoid. It's very similar to the Centaur in the sense that they Supernova, you just run away. But in the case of the Underlord, you're not stopped by the Arena Cogs. So that's why he's like a better Centaur, really. Sure. I feel like you're kind of setting up, though, for...
5 seconds.
There's a couple of heroes here that work. Wraith King kind of stands up. Very solid win condition. Like, oh, he's banned.
Yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant of going for more strength tanky cores against, because already the Firestorm looks so good. Obviously with Wraith King you have second life, so like he doesn't care.
Yeah, that's why. So like Bristleback, sure. Like don't pick Bristleback. But Wraith King, I would say it's fine because of the Wraith.
I mean, what's left for them here at this stage? Monkey King, Wraith King, TB banned. Oh, we don't have to wait long. The Ursa Warrior, yeah, versus the Underlord. I like it. The Fury Swipes, of course, kind of ignoring the Atrophy Aura.
Yeah, they needed something that was like kind of quick, like not the fastest carry, right?
It's good at hitting Tombstone as well, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you just needed something that can kind of work with your lineup, which is the mid-game tempo, and not get too threatened by the Undying. Because usually Undying his Tombstone is strong in team fights until like minute 25. So if you can have like a carry that can work minute 15 to 25, more or less, which is the timing of Ursa, he gets Battle Fury, he's a bit slower, but is more or less what he can do. Then you can mitigate the impact of the Undying early mid. You can mitigate the impact that Lycan can have, and then I don't mind it. I like Bait's draft a bit more though. I don't think the Lycan is incredible this game.
Yeah, I'm going to try and play Devil's Advocate here and argue for IPG. I think their bottom lane, it's pretty difficult. We don't usually see Mars take too many points on the Bulwark, though, so it's not as hard as, you know, Bristle. With the Undying support as well, there's a couple of kills potentially in that lane, given that you are going to be a dual melee lane with your Undying, so everyone's melee in that lane, so at least kind of have that going for you. I mean, do what you want against the Underlord. He's going to get farmed no matter what, right? Unless you're just constantly killing him, which is not out of realm of possibility here for that top lane for Bait. But I think RDO is going to want to focus on farm first and making sure he can kind of not get too far behind, rather, this Lycan in the... So, I don't know. There's a chance that we could see the ball out of the lanes for game number 1, as they like to do. That we haven't really touched upon their mid lane matchup, but it's the Ascult Puck versus Dendi on the Void Spirit. Historically, a hero that Dendi does not have a lot of win rate on. In fact, I believe it's among his worst of all time, at least when I here. But you know, that's not always the most accurate thing to go by.
The matchup should benefit Void Spirit.
Yes, at least for the lane, right? I mean, you've got what, like a 10-second uptime on your shield.
Yeah, I mean, in general, actually, not even through the lane, because Dissimulate is easy to avoid Drink Oil with, and then Aether Remnant always sets up for your phase shift, so until, like, Puck cannot run away from an Void Spirit until you get phase shield level 3, and you blink with inside the phase shield. So that's assuming that you can actually have that option. Of course, if you can blink within the phase shift at level 1, that's great, fantastic. And then they're not really attacking you. But if they cancel your blink, I think you need actually realistically level 4, and you can blink inside of it so you don't get caught by the ether. That, or alternatively, someone in IPG will block that ether. Which, to be honest, not crazy, because Lycan can just do that with his units. So that's an option too.
I was gonna say this game I actually kind of prefer the I'm looking for the IPG lineup in terms. If not because of the core-to-core, the hero-to-hero matchup, simply because you have an Earthshaker who's usually more up along with a puck to gank at pre-level. Pretty easily get that kill, just because you need to stop the dissimulate, and then from there the kill is kind of easy, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Whereas Roman Clockwork is pretty dangerous, especially around the minute 4 and 6 power runes. But before he's got hookshot, I just don't think he has the same kill as the Earthshaker does. But then after, it's much greater, of course. That's how the heroes balance. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think, you know, I watched El Clasico, what was it? Thunder Predator Beast Coast. And I always forget how active they are in the mid lane there. Look, he's ganking like at level 5. He TP bottom to gank. Incredible. So, wouldn't be surprised. Well, I would be surprised to see that because I think Askold, he's a little bit more.
You can't compare.
Yeah, I mean, you can't compare. What? He's just hunting for awards. Yeah, but he gets there much faster though. Cause I mean, there's no way the Clockwork's gonna be.
Oh, okay. Well, it depends on the TP. Oh, you can't. Maybe smoked in.
Sure. Maybe if they smoked with boots, yeah, that's actually very reasonable.
But
anyway,
what I was saying is you can't compare because no offense, but the level of Beast goes. The way they much more adapt. I mean, I was mentioning it, right? I was mentioning in El Clasico that like Thunder Predator does not play the kind of Dota that Beast. And very few teams play. That kind of fluidity you can find in maybe Secret. Seriously, like you can't find it even in the top.
Some would say Viking GG.
Oh, I think Viking GG has that kind of fluidity. At least yesterday, yeah. When they have a good day, yes. But like even top teams, I mean, hell, even if you could pick teams in China, actually one of the reasons why they always struggled against European teams, particularly because they can't adapt on the fly like some of the top European. And that ability is just kind of a feeling that you get in Dota. I'm not saying they're as good as Secret or OG, by the way. The way they propose Dota is something that very few teams. So I in this game, I don't think we're going to see that. It's more like the standard, like, minute 4 rotation, rotate when you feel like you're strong.
Yeah, you're by the book Dota. And there's nothing wrong with that either.
I mean, Chinese teams have been playing like that forever, and they just perfect the kind of style, right?
Yeah, although I feel I've not gotten the chance to watch too much Chinese Dota since we're doing, but I feel like it's kind of swapped. Now I feel like you're seeing this more very by the book at this timing sort of play style in the European region. Even among the upper division teams, kind of seen. It's like a VP thing game that took like 6 minutes until there was first blood, you know?
Yeah, I think SCA in China makes it look more fluid when they play that way because they have so many options in terms of their tactics, right? So they do, like, they're the experts of by the book, whereas here it's by the book is a very standard kind of play style. There it's like, well, we can do 16 different plays in minute 4. Here are our options, right? And since they're so precise about it, I feel like that makes them seem more adaptable. But they don't actually, like, just go, what do we do, guys? Ha 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 ha, which is what Beast Goes kind of does. And you're like, all right, sure, I guess this is going to work for you.
RDO could be in for a little bit of trouble. They're going to force out a Tango, which he's happy to eat anyway because he needs a bit of regen. Nice job there. Juking all the Firestorms as we'll take a look how the lanes are playing out. Phoenix actually has got a pretty good lane, though, to be honest. Fire Spirit's up. It's very, very annoying for both the Undying as well as Ferrari here. A lot of strength missing, though, up too. Oh, all right. There's first blood down bottom.
Another Fissure taking the Ursa. Okay, he does not appoint an Earth Shock yet.
Oh, Ursa?
Yeah, does he not appoint an Earth Shock?
Death there.
So I guess he just dumped in reserve for the victor. Yeah. That was odd. Couldn't really be dying in this lane.
I'm actually kind of surprised that they decided to run the Clockwork here as the 5. Not that I think the Phoenix would have done much better, but really, I think this is kind of what I was getting at. I think the lanes are just a little bit, especially the side lanes, are just stronger for IPG. And top lane, perhaps not, as Antoja's being burnt to death with 12 strength just constantly. a pretty happy camper overall.
Yeah, but the Phoenix makes the Undying kind of weak, to be honest, because the Undying can't deal physical damage to the Phoenix, which is the best way to deal with them. The DK doesn't actually bother the Phoenix too much because he has strike spare. Seeing here, like, he's just being chased out. Yeah, not much you can really...
Yep, space created, however, for Lycan. Rari,
yep.
I mean, he's not been doing too well with this space, granted. 11-3, he's just keeping pace with RDO, who's already taking death.
Now your lane gets more.
Yep. Not a fun one.
And in general, like we did mention, right, Lycan is just very strong, sorry, very weak against him in general. It's a good pickup. Though there are ways to deal with it. Now with the new Yule Scepter build, I think it's like, but the point of the Lycan in this game was not, I'm going to counter the Mars, which is why it's not about the core-to-core matchup. It's more about the tempo that the Lycan sets in compared to what the Mars wants to see. And in particular with IPG as a whole one.
Oh, nice little combo out there from Dendi, getting 5 free last hits onto Asgold. Or sorry, auto attacks, not last hits.
Yeah, you either haven't done that phase shift, you punish that so hard every time he phase shifts. Yeah. Like, oh, look, I avoid the Resonant Pulse. Wait.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, it's a really good way to punish. I mean, 76 damage already for our Void Spirit here with a couple of stats, basically just the non-talisman alone, and a really good int gain, starting base into, of course. Fantastic result. 4-minute rune rotations. TSA is going to be quicker there. That means Asgold potentially in some trouble. Has the phase shift, but can't even get it off in time. Dendi will get the kill there onto Asgold, courtesy of the Phoenix rotation. And unfortunately, they won't really be able to do much top lane in the leave of this Phoenix either. Sexy Fat at this stage. She doesn't even have a point in the bulwark. Need it. It's a little bit too strong here versus the dual melee matchup.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, the Undying, theoretically, you counter the Mars, the Undying, but Mars is like, counter? And he is actually just mashing Rari into the ground. Look, they even waste the Icarus Dive just for offensive ability, for extra bit of damage and slow, which is rare to see. I mean, no, it's a good ability, but it's rare to see the confidence that, you know, I'm not going to need this escape whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a stun in this lane.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's going to be fine. Right now, Puck not level 6. I mean, if they commit the Earthshaker rotation, then basically Ursa and Clockwork get a free kill against the Underlord. Like, they know this is something they can afford to do, right? That's a very calculated move. You're right, you don't see it, and usually for good reason. But for now, on Toha, he did snipe the bounty room, but he's going to lose his life for it here. And Sexy Fat will spear him dead. Gone for the Orb of Corrosion as well, the God of War.
Okay.
Okay.
The God's Rebuke, you mean our Observer's camera. The God's Rebuke, of course, applying that Orb of Corrosion makes it a pretty useful item in Mars in general, so it's not bad, especially if you're winning. It seems like Fade's doing a pretty good job with the lanes in general. The bottom lane didn't go as well as we expected, to be honest. Underlord early kill really set him apart from the Ursa, but now we're seeing RTO starting to kind of come back a bit.
He's actually going for the Orb of Corrosion himself, so that'll make it 2 Orbs of Corrosion for this team.
Don't know if I love that, right? Because your lane is not going well enough to justify, and I feel like you're going to want to have to farm for the most part. Yeah. You're not your lane clearer necessarily for the team, and if anything, Battle Fury is kind of a necessity. Yeah, it's quite expensive.
It's kind of expensive. That's what I was just checking, right? I was like, how much will that set you back? Because I completely agree with you. In theory, this lane gets tons of kills in your favor. I mean, an all melee lane with a Clockwork and an Ursa. I mean, what more could you ask for, right? But yeah, you've really got a point here on this one. I feel like he's going for a strategy that so far has been yet to provide fruit for them, if that makes sense.
Bear fruit.
To bear fruit, thank you. Which is extremely funny, because of course, he's a bear.
Did you do that on purpose?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, so the idea of going for the Battle Fury this game early would allow you to actually deal with the Lycan units. You know, you kind of become a lane clearer. If you don't go for that and you go for the Corrosion, you kind of want to fight more, which is
nice rotation from our Puck, though. Coil onto 2. They're going to be able to get the kill onto Antoa before he goes, but TSA, having already committed the Icarus Dive, should be free food here for the Wolves, if not for the Puck.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, hold on. Dendi's here.
Dendi punishes him with a phase shift. Yeah, dude. Okay.
No, he's okay. He's gonna live.
This time, the calculated jaunt perfectly. Dendi could have chased after him, but he had only 1 astral step, so that would have been Dendi dead most likely if he did that. So it makes sense. Duster in the bottom lane might also die to the Firestorm residual damage. Yep. And so that's the strength of IPG. You try to fight them early, you're going to lose because they just have a much better early game draft than you. You're just not going to beat them if you try to force these engagements. I think
a weird call. Sorry to cut you off, but Rari channeled his TP down bottom, counted it last second, and said wants to farm with the Necro Book.
Okay, so shapeshift.
Okay.
So once you get, so unlike it, if you want to play fast tempo, what you do is get shapeshift, you go down bottom, you get a kill, and then you push the tower with your unit, especially with catapult. Because usually you can get around 5-minute catapults. The problem is, of course, that if you do this play, you need to see someone in the bottom lane. So RDO didn't show himself yet. And
I see what you're saying. Okay. It'd be a good timing. I mean, he no longer has the mana, which is why he pops that clarity, but RDO does not have level 6 yet. So in theory, that's a very, very easy kill for them at this stage. It's probably in the middle of getting the counter rotation from Bandu, who's got a lot of burst catches and catch as well for our Wolf. Down might become victim here himself of a Dendi gang. Dendi instead he's going to go farm the jungle. So you got this one, right, Duster? And no, he doesn't. Dendi didn't want to waste his time, of course. Would have committed both Astral Steps. He's going to go into the jungle to see what he wants. Yule Scepter. All right.
Well, that's pretty easy. I mean, I think this game Yules are such a value thing against Lycan, right? So you might want to get double Yules, honestly. One on Sexy Fat, one on Dendi. The eggs, I don't see the value too much until the mid game where Puck becomes more of a threat, right? Or you need to deal with the Zoo. But I think the Yules. And actually, RDO has the same play that Lycan wanted to do earlier. That he pushes the tower. He doesn't have a need to kill anyone because he's a bit stronger.
Did he go for the full? He did go for the full orb. Okay.
I love this build on RDO, but hopefully it's justified later on.
Yeah, I mean, he did go for the full boots as well, so he got the boots first at the very least. But yeah, I agree. It's a little bit of an interesting call. I will wonder. I mean, they're just going to look to force fights, I guess. Right now, mid lane, perhaps, we're going to see one.
Let's see. I don't know. The Earthshaker's gone by. There's Arena Blood used. They want to kill Askel. If they just spear him to the wall, that's going to be an easy kill here for Sexy Fat. Dendi steals it for no reason. He was dead, Dendi. All right, dude.
That was a solo kill.
That was a solo kill. All right, it's just Dendi, Astral steps in.
Dendi got a solo kill. He uses Arena of Blood and Astral Step. Gets the kill.
That Spear of Mars from Void Spirit's great, dude.
Yeah, unfortunate positioning there for our Phoenix. Oh yeah, they're continuing to fight. Supernova's in trouble.
Oh, they actually blocked in Dendi. Then he's like, oh, what? How fat am I? If only was playing Coddle. Duster doing in, battery assault cogs, but it's really not bad actually with a battery. Yeah, he divided him on 3. The Astral Step kills Dendi. And it kills Duster too. Okay. Alright, I think we're done clouding around, aren't we, mate? That was quite the fun engagement, but you just lost Dendi to a firestorm.
Yeah, he goes out there, he goes. It's like when you try and run through the rain real quick, you know, and it's raining really hard here. We live in Malaysia, so when it rains, it pours. Oh, we'll run to the grocery store real quick. I won't get that wet, and then he's just soaked.
Yeah, you know when you've like watched a bunch of anime, the main characters can like avoid the rain, right? Because they're so fast, and you're like, oh, I can be like them, and you do the Naruto run to the grocery store.
Naruto.
Yeah, when you put your arms behind your back.
Oh, I know the one. Okay. I know the one.
Anyway, you still get wet, by the way, in case you never tried it.
Waiting area. Well, that's how we got in. They're going to maybe try for TSA here with a Fissure. It's not that. No, it's going to be a little bit too hard with Icarus Dive at the ready. Counter rotation coming through as Sexy Fat and Duster will both smoke on up. Head to try and cut off this Lycan. Currently in a really great position to do so as well. Arena of Blood at the ready. Duster with the hook shot's going to set this one up. Spirit now and even now. Look at this. Supernova committed. The Cogs actually pushing Rari a little bit further back, but still well within range of Duster and Phoenix, as they will get the kill there. And a big kill onto Rari. He had a 3x killing spree as well. Has yet to get a second tower after both tier 1 safe lanes have dropped. So leave RDO with a bit more space. Once again, though, I mean, what does the Orb of Corrosion do for him? I suppose it keeps him alone versus the creep waves, right? It makes sure that the Underlord can't really contest him. Not that I don't know why the Underlord would want to do that. That's kind of my. I don't know. I don't really know what the Orb of Corrosion for is.
Like, I guess because you're playing early.
Yeah, but are they? I mean, 14 kills early on is... Yeah, sure. Well, over 1 kill a minute, I would kind of call it as both teams are playing early. But I
mean, like, IPG is forcing you to play early no matter what, because they know, like, okay, well, if this goes mid-game, like, we're done, right?
Yeah.
You don't have the team for that.
I get that.
So because of that, you're kind of preparing for yourself, and and you're saying, right, as long as we just sustain this early and we exist, that's good enough for us.
Totally.
Though I agree with you that that's not the... I mean, I don't think the choice is right anyway.
I agree.
That's the logic I think they're going by.
Nice job there, body blocking the Astral Step with the Wolves. I completely agree with you because I'll tell you why. I totally get this. If this is a different lineup, I think this item's totally viable. And I think RDO definitely knows what he's doing. And maybe his team is going to play early or IPG is going to force him to play early. But for now, he's 0-0-1, so he's not been involved in any kills except for one that involved in his own death. And I can't imagine that. I mean, this is already going to be one more component of basically the Battle Fury. I just can't see a scenario in which the Orb of Corrosion is used, especially when you're playing against an Undying who provides you with early healing thanks to Soul Whip, a Lycan who can just outrun you with Shapeshift, Earthshaker, sure, Puck who can easily outrun you as well, and even the Underlord who at worst or at best just TPs his entire team home.
Look, I agree with you. I feel, but like, I don't think a 900 gold item was warranted.
Yeah.
Of this insane amount of hate you're throwing at the Orb of Corrosion. Askeld's dead already. Duster's being chased by a rabid wolf, but... Well, okay, that's Supernova will do.
Just preempting it. Here's Supernova. He's like, oh, whenever I see a Supernova, I'm contractually obligated to use my ulti. He's going to leave Ladon behind. Duster's like, oh boy, a free kill. Does not have hookshot yet ready, though.
Dendy, the madman.
Got an Astral Step and the Yule Scepter at the ready. That's going to allow him to set up the combo. We don't have enough for Cogs, but just with Battery Assault alone into the Sunray, this will be, oh, okay, Echo Slam. They're going to try and turn on to Duster, as in his last dying breath, Ladon drops the Thunder. Duster will then die to the Tier 1 tower, as the Phoenix barely getting the TP away.
I love that when Dendy gets mobility, there's no, you know, his team is probably like, Dan, do you have an escape plan? He goes, escape plan?
Initiation plan.
And he just jumps in there with one Astral Step. The Simulate was not even good enough to save you from the tower there. Like, oh my goodness.
You know what they should do? You know what, and this will revive Pudge in the mid lane. Is his Axe Shard should give you a secondary hook that pulls Pudge towards it.
Oh, like Clockwork.
Yeah, exactly. Or like
you wanted to give him a hook shot.
Or like the guy from League of Legends, who everyone compares Pudge to.
Oh, yes.
Forgot his name. I don't know.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's a drug name. Blitzcrank.
Is that a truck?
Looks like it. Sounds like that to me. Like a new design.
Oh, okay. That's some like dystopian future that you've got going on in your head.
Anyway, yeah, that's the one. I don't know. I feel like these kind of plays really do benefit Fate's playstyle, particularly, right? Because you need someone that's gonna be a crazy space creator to make up for RDO's extra safe plays.
Ah, true.
I don't think RDO is wrong to play this way, but I feel like when you have a carry like this, you know, it's same as what was it? Not Geek Fan before, right? Where you had Carl, the insane maniac, and then joining him was Raven, the safest carry in SEA, and they kind of made it work because of those kind of styles really complement each other. So I think it works for Bait. I actually think that Dendy has found a nice carry in RD.
I think that's a really good point. Hook shot out of the creep. Just gonna miss.
I really want to last it, guys. I'm so close.
They maybe have found Dendy here. They're gonna double commit the lasso on top of the Pit of Malice, and they've got the kill.
He had a Yule Scepter there. And he had Astral Step.
Oh, okay. They actually get the kill on the line. He goes back to the creep wave, that madman. Why would you? I mean, maybe he didn't see Sexy Fat. Maybe he didn't see Sexy. You know, I'm going to say he didn't.
It's nighttime, so we can assume.
He didn't see Sexy Fat. He really wants the Blink Dagger. He goes, I can farm this Blink because I'm 300 gold away. Gets caught by the arena. So, counter kill, but of course the one on a Dendy is worth more. We've nearly got this Battle Fury well.
Yep.
Yo says, I don't pick up bounty rooms. It's not my job.
I am carry. You pick up the goal for me, slaves. Snaps his fingers here, RDO. He's got his Battle Fury at a good timing, though, despite the Orb of Corrosion and the spreads and everything. I mean, this is even exemplary timing, I'd say. Because 15 minutes with, you know, just boots is... I guess 60 minutes with boots and Orb is the standard, if anything. This allows him to take Roshan. That's one of the advantages of Orb Corrosion. But since Sexy Fat came here too, it defeats the purpose.
Oh, I see Sexy Fat. He flexed on the Earthshaker. He's going, you're farming your Blink Dagger? Take a look at what I've got.
I'm not sure why you would do that this game, though. I feel like this game against Lycan, Yols is so much more value than Blink, honestly. Because you want to catch Lycan in the arena and the Puck so you can set him up, right? Okay, Shapeshift. Let's see, can they close Lycan in? Rari.
Whoa, the damage.
Yeah, he's dealing a lot to RDO. He's forced to use the Enrage just against the unit.
We have a Dream Coil. Oh no, the Cogs are bad.
Yeah, but those Dream Coil are fantastic, though. They kill Duster here, and RDO is also in trouble. He's going to lose his Aegis immediately just to the units. Supernova completes. TSA is fine. Rari goes further. The objective is to go for the Phoenix. There's the Arena Blood with the fissure in between, though, blocking them so they can't actually put them against the wall. Rari is stuck in the arena for now, but RDO is forced to jump to the low ground. Not where he wants to go, though, as the Pit of Malice will stop him. He kills the Earthshaker before he dies, but at the same time, he will still die.
Yep, Duster on his second life, continuing to run, trying to leave this engagement. Askeld's, though, easily able to catch up with him. Waning Rift will get the kill. Ooh, he had a hook shot that entire time as well, which is why he bobbed back. Unfortunately, a great fissure there, as you called out, preventing them from actually getting stuck to that arena.
Yeah, again, that fissure was on point.
A lot of damage from the arena walls.
That's the whole point, right? combo.
Exactly.
I think there, though, it proves what I was trying to do. Oh, Pit of Malice plus Atos. Oh, no, they didn't take the combo off, unfortunately, but it's okay. It's okay. You still get the kill. So this is what I was talking about in the draft, right? Where I was saying, well, Lycan is not completely countered by Mars if you know how to play Lycan against Mars. You see it there, right? You divide your units, you send your units first so that the arena, if anything, will only catch the units, and you only let yourself get caught when it's the end of your shapeshift. So at that point, either Lycan is meant to die or he's won the team fight, right? So that's why he was allowed, he was like, yeah, sure, arena me all you want. If you had Yols, it would become much easier to be able to catch him. Abbott went for Blink Dagger instead, so that's what you get for the item choices.
Yeah, Dendy the only one with Yules. He's going to continue trying to play this kind of YOLO, everyone, I want to fight everyone that I see play style after the Yule Scepter as he's queued up the BKB. He got nearly enough gold for it already, just needs another 1,000, but his team's just lost a fight with Aegis on top of that, and now he might lose his own life as the Koya will catch him. He's going to snap it voluntary, but Ladan now showing off his brand new Blink Dagger after the last fight, to be able to follow up for the kill.
Oh, nice kill on Dendy there, very important actually. Then we're using the Tombstone to its full value. Pretty much, I've seen it every single fight where it's off cooldown, honestly. They constantly fight whenever the Tombstone's available. And that's one of the best uses of Undying with the Lycan. They're playing a high tempo draft and they're doing a good job of it.
They are. And to your credit, right, because the Tombstone, it's extremely strong for now, especially since it's not even level 4 yet, but it's still really, really annoying. Level 3 is when it starts to get really annoying. And 4 is just like, we can't fight in this, someone has to destroy the Tombstone or we back up.
Until like minute 25, 26.
Exactly. And this Ursa, again, because he went for, not really, but he's continuing to farm. He's still, I'll stop hating on him for the over corrosion. He's got the Battle Fury, and really still a decent time. He's going to be going for the SNY. Oh, the Echo Slam out from Ladan, though. Oh, the hookshot just missed, though. TSA is well body blocked here. They actually dispel the Atos with Supernova now coming out. Asco needs to get inside here if he wants to hit it. Otherwise, it's up to Antoa, so he's going to use the Waning Rift to be able to destroy the egg. In the meantime, Duster actually falling quite low. Rari running around at the speed of sound here, as fast as the Wolves can run anyway, which is pretty fast. Gets to the other side there of the God's Rebuke, but eats the spear instead. Nice Pit of Malice here, though. Should condemn Sexy Fat, and it will. 3 kills for Ascold. Good early game from IPG.
Yeah. And now they're gonna leave as well. And by the way, Wolves do break the sound barrier. That's a well-known fact. yeah, so it's a whole thing. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, so sometimes in wars they always go, is that an F1 plane or is that a wolf running to the squad?
An F1 plane. I love it.
F1, yeah.
I love it.
So IPG, they take 3 kills there, and honestly, I think Bait is getting, I don't want to say cocky, but they have a better draft in terms of like team fight and everything. Theoretically, you should be winning these fights.
But it's not the better draft for these next 5 minutes.
Exactly. And because of the tempo, I think IPG has taken much more advantage of this knowledge, and they're able to take some really, really valuable team fights. And this idea that Bait went for, which was, oh, take a bunch of mid-game powerful items so that we can contest them early, was okay, but I don't think these are the right items to have the utmost impact, right? I do think it was Yules on Mars, rushing the Battle Fury on the Ursa. I do think that the Void Spirit, I mean, that actually his itemization is perfectly fine.
I agree. I think the mistake is, I'm willing to say, okay, maybe the Blink Dagger this game because you want to jump the whatever, right?
I see the logic behind it because it's a more impactful item.
I agree completely. All I wanted to really say there was that Dendy, he's going for the right items. He's just not waiting to fight until he has them. Right?
That's true. That's true.
Like he just needs to get a little bit of farm. There he goes. He's patiently going to cut the next wave, so he's going to just take a breather there, crack the knuckles, you know, encourage the boys, and he's going to go right back in here to cut the wave, finish off his BKB, and then I think they can go look for a fight. They're also contesting this tier 2 top lane with a big wave, so Supernova's going to have to TP back. He was hoping to catch anyone there with the Rod of Atos, isn't able to do so, and they're easily going to be able to escape. Pit of Malice just barely missing the bear there. Just barely.
So
IPG, sorry, Bait right now, they, okay, what is Duster cutting more? What Bait is trying to do here is they immediately realize that this game is a difficult position. Not necessarily like they're about to lose, but they've already gone into their contingency plan, which is cutting lanes, ignoring fights, and trying to use particularly Void Spirit's power to just not allow IPG to push. And if IPG can't push in the next like 6-7 minutes, realistically the game, Bait will start to take the by virtue of it. So I think that There's something I like about Bait, actually. Like, they really go, okay guys, we lost the early mid game, let's just try to play as safe as possible.
They just switched to plan B as it was.
Not even plan B, they really like skip through all the plans with plan Z, right? That's what they're always doing. And I think there's a lot of value to a team that can recognize that immediately. So, the game is still very much in their hands.
I'll continue to toot the horn here of IPG. They've got some really great wards up here. That gives them some tell when they're putting tower. They're going to let all the summons finish that one off. That's actually the last outer tower. Mind you, IPG, they still got their mid tier 1. So bottom tier 1 looking pretty healthy at this stage of the game. AC next item for Lycan. So we're going to probably be farming our next wave of items here. The Aghanim Shard for Earth Spirit, sorry, for Earth Shaker. Probably that, I don't know about if we're going to complete the Halberd by the next time. Maybe the Glimmer Cape is going to be finished. What is Puck got?
Going for the Halberd
BKB. Yeah, and then we're going to go for Roche, and then IPG, they kind of need to end the game with that one, but this is a good start. Echo Slam on a Dendi, nice interrupt there. Dendi's going to get off his BKB. Duster, though, will die here in exchange for his mid laner. That's a 10-second charge as well, used by Dendi. So he's going to live for now, but they can continue to chase because they've got the vision, but the BKB just lasting too long.
See, there's no doubt. There's plan Z immediately. They know, like, if they catch us right now, particularly right now, which is the peak of a Lycan's utility, we're done for.
Yep.
Especially because you know they're going to give up Roshan soon as well. If they get killed, Dendi there, maybe +1 more afterwards, you secure the next Roshan.
Yeah, and then the game is looking actually pretty dangerous for them.
The next, or sorry, you have AC already on the Lycan,
yeah,
which helps you push a lot, in addition to adding a lot of DPS. And it used to be the case that before, Lycans used to only build AC if they wanted to like play more of a mid-late game Lycan, where they actually became a secondary carry, right? And nowadays the build is just naturally AC with drums, and this means that Lycan can actually man-fight you for a bit longer. His peak isn't extended, so usually it's like 25 to minute 35 or so, where Lycan is still pretty powerful until Ursa can really come online and beat him.
Okay, so RDO, he's doubled back for the BKB. I think this is a very wise choice. I think if he finishes the S and Y, he's got good stats, but he's still not fighting. They may have caught Supernova for free here, although the team is right nearby. Ladon here with the Aghanim Shard as well is going to cause lots of havoc, though, for this team fight. That means they get the kill already onto Mars. The arena's going to end, and the egg so far is still alive. The hookshot not alive to save him, but look at the damage here. Thanks to the Battle Fury out from RDO. Is it enough? Not yet here. Supernova still alive, and the Lycan units just surround him and absolutely murder him. Dendi at least gets 1 kill. It's going to be on to Ladon thanks to the mark damage, but his BKB is now expired in the river, rooted up once, twice, and killed. It's a full team wipe. Sexy Fat will buy back, but he's not going to have any comrades here to try to hold off the IPG push that's coming their way now.
I absolutely love how well Daskol is playing. Like, Puck, he's like, he found out that he's the only one that can hit the egg, right? Halfway through the game, it's like, guys, it's only me that can destroy the Supernova. He goes for a super early BKB, which is not common on a Puck. We've seen it once or twice, but it's not like the most common build on this hero. Yeah. He's concentrated only on killing the Supernova in the fights and controlling the rest with Dream Coil. Daskol is pretty much giving them the fights here for IPG. It's incredible. They've been denying the Supernova Mars combo.
Absolutely, and that's huge to mention because the arena sets up everyone. I mean,
that was a really good arena.
It was a really good arena.
It was a choke point. It kind of divided the range from the melee.
I will say it was an even better fissure out from Ladon, flexing his brand new Shard to make it, which is really, really good. Yes, and yeah, I mean, I think this game specifically, a lot of utility. Yeah, the burn damage is okay. It's 90 damage every single second for 6 seconds. Okay, 450 damage, not bad before reductions. What you're primarily looking to stack up, though, is that 2.5 second BKB piercing stun duration after the Supernova ends. That's really when RDO, he licks his chops, he goes to town, sharpens the claws, and starts beating the crap out of everyone.
Because he has so much damage.
He just can't. Yeah, we've got damage. We just need the setup for him this game, right?
Control, really, yeah. And because, I mean, because they're surviving this as well, Rari's also been playing an incredible game. Now, talk to me again, Lycan haters. If you truly play Lycan, you know this matchup by heart. Yeah. And Rari's been avoiding those arenas like the plague, and he's been doing a really good job as well.
He's been doing an excellent job. Yeah, I mean, it almost feels like, you know, like if you were to look back this game and black out the top screen, I mean, what is he? He's 6-1-11. I'd be like, well, here's your problem. You should have drafted a Mars. They have a Mars? Yeah. Honestly, right? That's kind of my reaction. And that's no diss to Sexy Fat. I just think IPG are playing a really good game.
I'm telling you, if Rari, I know that Rari is a Lycan player, but he likes the hero, right? On top of the troll, is one of their best heroes. So once I saw that, I'm like, well, let's see what he can do, because I'm a big fan of this hero as well, and I think a good Lycan player can, especially with the new change to the passive, can deal with these kind of choke point ultimates much better than before.
Okay, I believe IPG, they've scouted this smoke. They don't know how many people are there.
No, but they should have seen it.
They should have seen it. They've got good wards. IPG then, yep, they're going to just go ahead and gather around as 5 heroes. Bait, they want to fight them here.
It's a triangle and they have vision. They go for Doha first off the Tombstone before he died. That's good. Arena Blood though will catch at the Earthshaker. That's her initiation gone. They need to save Lycan somehow. He's stuck in the arena. Rari could not avoid it, but just runs out of it afterwards. And they're like, well, Supernova, that's so pretty, guys. Rari still actually looking to reinitiate. Dreamfall into 3. The Tombstone that's got destroyed though. Underlord putting down the Pit of Malice and stopping the Phoenix for a while. They have the damage they do to kill Duster and Dendi. They proceed to murder TSA as well. And that's going to be 3 kills. 2 on the cores, by the way. And the aggression continues. Dendi is just going to die to the auto attacks here. Oh my goodness. He managed to get away earlier thanks to that last Astral Step. But Askold finished the job for sure.
Yeah, what a play. Quick correction, that was a 4-man Dream Coil. Dendi just snapped it instantly because he was hoping to run. Askold, he takes no prisoners. He's moving right after Dendi. He goes, remember that time you killed me in the mid lane? I remember. Yeah. He returns the favor deep inside the base as well of Bait. They buy back on the position 5. Unfortunately, Bait, that fight just went too long for them to reasonably take. As soon as that BKB duration runs out on Dendi and then Rage is already used, you got to back up.
Yeah.
They had nothing. Supernova used as well there to no avail. They just kind of run away from it. All you got was the 2 supports, which buy back immediately because IPG, they want the megas, and they've got them.
At least, Dendi's gonna try to defend. He's been stunned though with the shard and the Echo Slam. Bye-bye, Dendi. Not really his fault. What do you do against this masterful vision? RDO walks in again, and Rage, Glimmer Cape saves his teammate. Then Rari could be in trouble though. RDO's looking to kill the enemy carry. There's no shapeshift available, but that fissure will block RDO. And wait, Rari says shapeshift is still back. Now with the GG called by Fate, they accept their defeat. This game is over, and IPG will take game number 1, as they always do.
As they always do, as they always have. I mean, there are a few things that are just very true in chat. Dendi is always going to be playing Dota 2 until the game stops being updated. Betters will always cry 3-2-2 in the chat, and IPG are going to take game number 1 of a best of 3 series. And
Dire team pick. Radiant team.
you're good to go.
Dire team.
Puck. Puck.
Void incarnate.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds Radiant remaining. Team pick.
Earth spirit.
3, 1.
Hello guys, and welcome back. Here, still stuck in traffic. Haven't moved.
No, we're moving a little bit. What are you talking about?
Dire team back.
Endless tour.
I mean, that is traffic for you. You're lucky that you don't have to deal with it. It's worse when you're driving. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, you have to
Because you have to. Yeah, at least you can just zone out. I gotta be foot on the gas, foot on the brake, turn the wheel.
No, you don't want the bike.
It's a whole thing.
The traffic,
It's a whole thing.
And I don't mean bike like a motorbike.
Yeah, but right now you're with me in the car, so
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
That's true. I'm privileged.
We got a game. Number 2, IPG on true IPG fashion have taken the first game, as they always do. They have yet to actually follow through and win the second game in a series. Bait coming down to the wire for both these teams, so really everything on the line for this one as our draft already underway. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got so far. What we got so far for IPG, actually.
Very
Asco
strong start.
plays a mean puck. Ladon on the Earth Spirit. He really does like any other support these days. Likes the melee position 4s whenever they're viable, right?
I think Ladon particularly stands out on Earth Spirit and on Clockwork. Those are
5 seconds remaining.
Yep.
so. I like IPG's draft. I mean, he did play a good Earth. But I think right now Earthshaker is not that hard to play. So let's see how he does with the. I like the Earth Spirit particularly against Shaman because you get a silence to do. That will help cancel the Shaman's initiation. You always want someone that can just run at him, right, and kill him. And since he's always gonna get the Hex off no matter what, particularly against your puck, then it's great plan to make sure the puck doesn't get perma-stunned.
Yep.
I like the draft a bit more by IPG already, but this time Bait with a Shadow Shaman, you have a bit of lane clear push and
Radiant team.
nice catch. So it's a good pick for potentially fast draft.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a peculiarity about the Shaman in that all of his cast ranges are god-awful. So the hero doesn't really start to shine until he's got his 15 talent or the Aether Lens, usually both, and then he's usually amazing. So I would say for the early game, Earth Spirit's still going to have that advantage. But as you said, all that you really need this game is a Hex on the puck, and you're good to go. And Beta are looking to follow up on that Hex with something maybe. As I think this ought to be... Is this a sexy fat off-lane DP? Or is this going to be...
I'm not sure if it's like a +5 DP for Duster, sexy fat offlane DP, or mid DP. I think right now it's pretty much a flex, though.
I'd be surprised if Dendy wasn't playing Void Spirit. Well, it could be the DP
Because
as
Sexy
well.
Fat has played the Void Spirit pass,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, it really is a flex depending on how the lanes go. I honestly do think that Dendy's going to be playing the Void Spirit, though, because, well... But then I don't understand what the point of Prophet is.
Yeah, me neither.
Because, like, what? You flex her between 5 and 3, but both positions she's not amazing at? Like, in the mid lane, she makes sense because she's, like, at least pretty decent against Earth Spirit, so there is some logic to that. And
Yeah.
Dendy loves Death Prophet.
I mean, yes, he does. Especially when you don't know what the off-lane matchup is going to be. You've got no information whatsoever
Yeah, exactly.
about what the enemy safe lane is looking like at the stage. Yeah, so it's
Like, I wouldn't say Death Prophet is a consistent off-laner, you know, she's
Right,
great against
right.
Ursa and Spectre, and then kind of falls off against everything else.
right, yeah.
Like, Enchanter's actually pretty strong against Death Prophet.
Pretty good against the Void Spirit as well. You can
Yes.
purge off that Dissemblate shield, so it can save him.
But she's weak against Shaman, though, because she hasn't... I mean, she can clear the wards relatively easily, but she struggles to cancel that shackle, so of course... having a support without a stun, always an issue against Shaman, and if you're out of position, they're going to kill you. Shackles, and then
5
they...
seconds remaining.
The slow is really nice against DP, no matter what position she's in as well. The Void Spirit as well to some smaller degree. He depends on his abilities for movement, so normally you want a silence to cancel him, and we've already got 2 of those. Granted, on the side of IPG's lineup with the Waning Rift and the Boulder Pole is called. You magnetic.
You play this hero.
I do. Yeah, it's
More than
silence.
anything.
No.
Not as much as Witch Doctor.
Not as much as the Witch Doctor and maybe one other hero, but definitely a lot, yeah. I will grant you that.
She plays in Spanish, that's why.
Then again, I don't ask you about every single invoker combo now, do I?
I know all the invokers.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You want to learn how to miss him? I'll tell you.
He's really great at that's his specialty. We'll take a look then for bait. Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree with this DP pick. I think it's just a little confusing. I think I don't mind a flex DP, but in the first phase, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's a bit of an odd second phase pick. I also don't find like DP's amazing besides that, right? So that's why it's a bit weird. Okay, with the Mars pick, it kind of pretty much cements that the DP is either 5 or... I mean, it has to be. It
has to be 5, right? Because you can flex the Void and the Mars with each other, but that's about it.
So the good thing about DP5 is that she's pretty good against Earth Spirit 4 in the lane, particularly. But then what Earth Spirit does is like, okay, sure, just leave. And you pick something that is kind of decent against these heroes. Something that comes to mind actually right now that IPG could run, that they can solo in the offlane is Timbersaw, or alternatively as well the Sanking. These are two great heroes to combine with Earth Spirit because they allows the Earth Spirit.
That's a good point, but then bait with last pick and still have yet to choose their safe laner. They can always just choose something that'll beat something like that. That is, you know, you're hedging your bets there, thinking either A, they're not going to pick it here, or ban it, or pick it out of the, because they have first pick, IPG rather have first pick. So you're kind of hedging your bets there a little bit, because they will pick the Darkseer.
It's a good idea, because you pick Darkseer, you ban the Anti-Mage, because it's the one true counter to Darkseer in the lane. Pretty much good to go. There's not many other heroes that can, I mean, there's heroes that are good against Darkseer, but no hero that's going to deny him the lane if you're good.
And you know who's amazing against Darkseer?
10 seconds.
Chantress. So good against the hero. It just about cancels his early game. So IPG, they do well to preempt it. Doesn't get scouted. Now the Mars, not too bad against Darkseer because he does...
The anti-mage ban?
Yep, set up for the arena, which you can't run through no matter how fast you go.
Well, he's going to keep trying, though. I've seen Darkseer hit the wall like 5,
you know
6
what?
times.
I've done it myself as well. You just think, maybe next time, maybe next time. It's like when you're at a... Again, you don't really... It's like when we're driving, you know, when we're driving in the car and we stop at a red light and then you can look at the other lights to know when it's going to be green and then you try and time it perfectly as soon as you're already moving. See, we do this all the time in the car.
I just look at the people. I always thought that you were like, once the people are like about to cross, that's when you... So they get a little bit of a spook. Puts a jump in their step.
Of course, some pep in their step. You know who's got a pep in their step? Enchantress does.
The Babushkas gets a pep in their step.
Oh, goodness. I think DP could...
What?
I think...
10 seconds remaining.
Nice Babushka.
Boys for you and pickles stuff.
I don't know. I think it would do well.
I would love it. No joke. I think Snapfire would also... No, because he's more on the like Southern America.
Yeah, a Wild West America specifically with Mortimer.
Whereas DP feels like the... I've been living for 500 years. I've read all the literature.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you dare. If you mess with me, I'm going to spoil every single classic literature for you.
War and Peace, here's how it is.
Here's how it is. It's a train wreck. All right, we'll see here. Last picks, they also banned the Arc Warden, while the Juggernaut is
another
banned.
really good hero against Darkseer, actually.
And PL's a good ban here. Void Spirit's good against him early, but late game he doesn't hold a candle to him whatsoever. And right now we don't have an amazing early draft for bait to try and keep the pressure up.
Darkseer, so he kind of enables ban, like style like hero. Patrol against Mars. Versus not a bad.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind it. I always think of Alchemist as well whenever I see the Darkseer.
Yeah, honestly, it's a pretty decent Alchemy. I mean, the control of Shadow Shaman is...
Yeah, it's a little sketchy. I could definitely see him getting solo control. I mean, we got really good disruptors or really good counter initiators for IPG, though, both with the Puck and the Earth Spirit.
Actually, this is a very good...
Oh yeah, you ban the Jug, you're laning versus the Mars.
You have a Darkseer in your lineup, which allows you to pretty much...
It makes the DP a bit annoying. I mean, she becomes a very high priority target. Otherwise, Exo kind of tears through him.
Since she's 5, right? It's not that big a deal. Exo's usually under...
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point. TB. All right, they're going to take a page from the RDO book. They go, RDO, you wanted a TB? No, it's ours. Our Rari TB. It's Rari's TB. Ari's. Didn't work. Didn't land.
As though you're a caster, not a comedian.
Didn't land.
I'm not sure. Okay, so if TP... I guess if you do reduce bait's options a lot here. I'm not really sure what you would be, because most core to cores... Well, I guess, unless you go for like Drow or something, but Drow against Darkseer runs at you, so his pocket, so...
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we don't really have like the greatest people to protect the Drow
Morphling
either.
is kind of decent. Good.
Oh, they're gonna take the Alk.
Okay. Alk against TP is quite the risky play, because nowadays Alk is played with Battle Fury, which means all physical damage. So as Alk, you're like, I'm gonna out-tempo them, and I don't know if you can do that. Not because of your draft, but because Bait is just not used to out-tempoing people. They're just actually more of a mid-lane.
Really? You don't think? I see a little bit of weakness with the draft.
I mean, I don't think the draft is amazing.
For an early game specific sort of play style, right?
Yeah, like you do have a bit of push, but your main control comes kind of in the mid game, where like DP's ready with level. So with Mars has Blink, Yules, Void Spirit as one.
Probably KB this game. But yeah,
and your lanes are not, I think, good enough to justify. I mean, I can see the point though. You could with Elk, you could always run with the game, right?
Again, yeah, you always run that.
And TV might be a bit slow or slow enough that you can just be able to beat them even once after Mars and Void. I still like Imperial's draft a bit more this time.
I like their draft a bit more as well. I think I would have really liked this Bait draft if it wasn't the DP5. I think you give Duster anyone else. Any one of...
no, but Disruptor, for example, would be pretty decent.
Yeah, Disruptor I would love.
That's one of Duster's better heroes.
That's a really good idea. And then I would be completely on board. Oh,
or
yes.
You know what? Chen also would have...
Yeah?
The Alk combo, since you... Clearly they weren't planning on the Alk.
No, I mean, I think they maybe were thinking about the Terrorblade, to be honest.
I mean...
RDO,
what else can you play?
Shit, man.
More than one hero, huh?
Do you know Terrorblade's, like, demon name? Dota 1 name or something?
I actually have no...
I don't know either. I don't know.
Dark Terror?
He's like,
no, that was Void.
He's like, I can play Dark Terror as well. No, he's banned.
That's Void, I think.
No clue. Oh, it is, yeah.
I think so.
Well, we'll see how this one's gonna go. I also
just by the way, a dumb name, Dark Terror.
It's like. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not dark and scary. It's like specifically a dark terror. Like in this, oh no, I'm terrified. Oh no, I'm blind now too. This is kind of what.
Well, that's why it's so scary. He's just scared of the dark. He would be screaming the entire time in his Chronosphere if he knew it was dark in there.
Can you imagine? You just run the Chrono, and it's like Deuce's ult. You just hear Void like
Yeah, that's canon. Anyway, I agree. I think this IPG line a little bit better here. The TB doesn't have a free game. The Alchemist, he usually is going to be an item up over any other core, just because that's how the hero goes.
Right? There's always a chance of getting alked, and you just have to be careful. Your lane in the offlane is not enough to deal with the alk, so it's got to be up to IPG to make some moves, particularly up to Askold. And the thing is, I think Puck is pretty good against alk though. Burst damage, silence, stun. What else do you need? You know.
Yeah, it's all magic damage as well.
Which is what you want.
Which is what you want against an Alchemist before, and bursty, so before you can get off that
region. As I said, burst damage, yes.
I mean, to add on to that, Ladan as well, great initiator here. Vacuum Surge making the initiations a little bit snappier as well. Also, if you go for the Axe build on the Darkseer, that Axe build is very good against melee.
Didn't see that coming.
Yesterday was what the reason? Moist?
It was moist. I think it was 2 days ago, but yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, we didn't have games yesterday.
Well, we didn't have games.
Oh yes, true. I did.
I know, that's the bathroom.
Yeah, it's like, please reserve for your pee for the end of the game.
I can't.
It gives you power. That's like those myths, you know, that football players can only do certain night before their match. Never heard that?
I've never heard.
Yeah, they can only drink a certain amount the night before their match. They're not allowed to like...
Stomach problems.
Oh, okay.
I like the great usage of the Pudge emote.
That was really good. Duster's... that took way too long to write, and Duster's English is pretty good, so it's just that he was searching for the Pudge emote.
You have to. I mean, it can be hard when you have so many, you know...
There are a lot of emotes.
I imagine the pro players have twice as times, 5 times as many.
Particularly because if you make money in Dota, it's like an unwritten rule. You have to invest it back in Dota. You watch all the TI winners and they have the most expensive sets.
Except for Envy. He's got the sets, but he doesn't care to like actually level up his compendium.
No, because Envy, of course, is a... what is it? He's
very good.
Canadian?
Very good.
Oh, yeah. We have healthcare sets for everybody!
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, accurate.
He is Canadian. That is very true.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know Shaman had a taunt. What the heck? Get Shaman dance for him.
I love that's what they call Shaman dance.
Yeah.
Small Shadow Shaman, he's dancing. That's the name.
I mean, hey, we can't make a Valve too much for this. Otherwise, they're going to rename Bristleback and Doom, like, the abilities.
Oh, like Slardar.
Yeah, they're going to make it, like, Spiny Backman and, like, Big Angry Demon ulti.
Guys, we revamped Slardar. No longer is his ability called the Bash. It's now Guardian Bash. Sorry. Like the Guardian knot.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
English is my third language.
I really think this could be the one that IPG actually gets, if anything, a 2-0.
Honestly, yes, I'm believing them. But with an Alk, I'm never too sure. Right? I always say this. When you have a team with an Alk or a Broodmother, there's always the possibility of they play well enough and there's not much of an option that you get, right? It's up to IPG to put a lot of pressure early. And I don't know how well or how used to they are playing against the
Antoha hits Duster once, and then Rari's like, all right, where's my support? I'm playing TB.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, you need to be there. I was thinking maybe they're going to put some pressure with this first wave and look to really slow down. Nope. Rari, he needs a support. It's that simple.
A level 1 Mars Clock is a pretty strong combo against TB because you don't have the Conjure Image yet to disable the batteries. Or not disable, but spread the damage.
I got you.
Yeah. So because of that, you really need to take advantage of level 1. Well, that's a really good God's Rebuke actually by Sexy Fat, but now you see God's Rebuke.
Save him. Probably not here.
Sorry, not Clockwork Shaman's what I meant to say. Sexy Fat gonna die though. Nice Metamorphosis. And okay, maybe TSA should have considered saving that point. I don't know what the level 1. Like, I know a lot of people go, oh, level 1 Aftershock, but is it really that much better than saving the point, honestly? Like, it deals 120 damage at level 1. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty hard believer in the level 1 Ether Shock camp, but I agree with you.
140.
Yeah, I agree with you in this scenario, especially because this game, it's so useful for trading against Ench. Now that the ulti is back to untouchable as it used to be. There was a while where support Ench would get that like level 1, and it was even more important, but no, you're completely right.
You know, because against TB, you know on your level 1, you're probably not going to fight him because he's going to use meta.
Well,
so
he's going to want to fight you, though, right?
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
So you're not going to want to fight him. So then, if anything, stuns are better for as contingency plans than the Ether Shock, which is like, zap, zap, and then Turbo's like, sure, I'll murder you.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, you're right, because you can bully Antoha, but he's not doing the damage right now. It's all coming from the team. Very good point, Avo.
Also, the Shackles can't be cancelled in this lane until Antoha brings a creep. You have to take the...
Oh, speaking of the creep, he is bringing that already back to the lane.
TSA's like, I got Shackles. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, the Centaur.
He doesn't even have the Shackles yet either, unfortunately. But yeah,
that's true.
No, I mean, you're completely right. I mean, this has compounding snowball effects on the lane because you get first blood on the Sexy Fat, which means you have 20 seconds where Rari's farming basically while meta is just recharging for him for free. He's not getting punished by that whatsoever, which is how you have to play versus a TB. He's going to have a fast level 3, which means a fast level 2 Metamorphosis. He's going to be able to pop it. And yeah, I mean, the lane snowballs from there. You're completely right.
I don't know. TB was actually called Illidan the Soul Keeper. Okay, so
that makes a lot of sense.
Using the Warcraft 3 name, or the model, right? Because Illidan was the Naga version of
level 2. Yeah.
In Dota 1, Illidan was the name of both the Elf and the Naga, but Terrorblade used the Naga model.
Oh, I thought it was AM. I was wrong.
AM is the Night Elf model.
Oh, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. They got the damage from him. They pin him to the trees, and they find the kill. Set it up with the Shackles. Antoha with the Enchant to take the point in the Nature's Attendance. Well, now unblock the camp, but a tough start there for the TB. Luckily, he did not use the Metamorphosis, so he can come back and pop that whenever he feels like it. But nice job by Bait to try and equalize and top lane.
I think the reason why the bottom lane is not going too badly for them is actually mainly due to I think he's just doing a good job. Yeah, with Spirit Siphon, it's kind of difficult to kill with Iron Stones. Look at that. He's forced to use a vacuum. Supernova might just die.
Neutral creep got him.
You can't underestimate that level 2 Spirit Siphon. And Duster, very smart on his skill build. Usually DP5s, they max the Crypt Storm as soon as possible. But in this case, she goes for level 2 Spirit Siphon as early as possible because she knows how powerful it is. You're against a double melee, and they're meant to run at you.
Items? What does it mean?
You can't use his items. It's a bug that happened. Seriously, I've experienced. I mean, we're still beta.
I still in beta, of course.
One of the fix.
I like this. Stendy going for the infused raindrops yet again this game. He's got Duster to rotate on over. Does not bottle because he bottom lane, but they're hoping to set it up for in his bottom lane. Instead, Latan rotating on in. The rune spawn's top. TSA is going to be able to snag that as we still ride on board. Currently, Latan, who will now drop to Duster. Falls quite low, though, and the silence with the Illusory Orb is going to be able to provide the damage for the kill in return in favor of Ascult.
Puck felt like a moth going through the flame. Remnant, and Nurse Spirit is like, I'll save you, sir! Just running into tanking the stun. No need to do that, by the way, because they also saw him setting it up, right? So they knew that he was going to use the Ether Remnant there. But anyway, that was quite a funny play there. And maybe that's why, because they wanted to refill the bottle.
Yep, I mean, either way, right? He goes, oh, do more damage to me, please.
Yeah, Ascult is, he's screaming at Ladon. He's like, you didn't secure my rune! You better die now! Okay, Shackles.
Might be a kill top.
We have meta. That's not going to help him, though, here.
Nope, he's going to die.
That's level 2 Ether Shock for you. Now that I agree with.
Nope, level 1 Ether Shock.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Level 2 Shackles.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Sexy Fat's going to die to the Satyr Tormentor. TSA, though, he can really easily out-trade these two, especially with the Ether Shock. He's taking a fair bit
You say
of damage.
easily, but no, Satyr Tormentor is the highest damaging creep. Like in terms of DPS with his ability and everything combined. He might die to the impetus. Yeah. Oh no, Dendy's here to deal with the Satyr Tormentor.
Dendy rotating at level 5.
He's out of mana though, so he can't use the Hadouken. Does he have enough mana for one last one?
No, he's not even
too
close.
far away.
Yeah. Tanking the wave as well. This is going to allow the tower to push, or the wave to push a little bit more. Actually, for range creep here. Anyway, Dendy's going to rotate back to the mid lane. He can't leave Ascult for too long. He's actually behind a level. He should get it relatively quickly, so long as this range creep doesn't get denied. Can secure it here with the 8th Remnant if he wants to, but Ascult's just going to leave him in peace, and that'll be level 6 here. Maybe with this wagon? No, he's just shy. He'll have it soon enough.
Alright, well, the lanes are not going too great for IPG. If anything, they wanted to put more pressure against the... I think the DP5 worked really well. It was only because he picked Darkseer Earth Spirit, and they didn't know this, but it ended up working out. Maybe they had the plan of the Alk from the get-go, and they thought that it was Darkseer, who knows. But DP5 does make sure that the Alk has a good lane, and now IPG needs to find a way to, well, use this Terrorblade a bit more aggressively, I would.
Yeah, this is the second meta of the game, and Dendy's coming up to top lane.
Bye-bye, Doha.
Yep, to try and make it a wasted meta, and a wave with it, but it looks like he's now just going to resign into the jungle, hang up his farming hat way for now, which means Sexy Fat's going to have a couple of free waves here at the very least.
You can't. It sucks though, because you can't really be in the lane, because if you die here, then you're going to be way too out-tempo by the Alk, but the Alk is getting crazy amount of farm. I guess Paco needs to start rotating into it.
Yeah, he's got a lot of goals. Let me switch over to Network just for a split second so we can see how he's progressing.
Not above the Void Spirit, who's been creating a lot of space. Yeah. He is out of the lane. They see the Enchantress mids. Puck is ganking bottom, which is why Alk is playing so.
Yep, or Puck is just missing, quote unquote, but that's the right play to make. Ascult farming in the jungle, trying to steal a couple of creep over from Dendy.
Well, you actually probably call where he's ganking if you're see him where he's going, and you know that the best gank for a mid laner right now is the safe.
Yeah, sure as hell ain't this top lane. Mars is a little bit too strong right now.
Even then, Duster dies in the bottom lane though, but this attempt is thwarted by Dendy, and even use, the Puck. I mean, that was the whole point, to bait Dendy into this bottom lane and now kill him here. I can kill you in the mid lane, but I sure as hell can kill you in the bottom lane.
Yeah, wow, that was extremely well done. Ladon taking the death, maybe to set that one up. Maybe they just wanted the initial kill on the DP, maybe both.
The longer the lane, dude.
Is that true?
No, particularly in the Puck Void Spirit matchup, yeah. Because Puck has more mobility, lower cooldown, and Void Spirit has double Astral Step, so if he initiates in the long lane by using both, feeling secure, Puck goes in, Dream calls you. Good night, Dendy.
Good night, Dendy. Good morning to everyone tuning in. Guess so, probably. Game number 2, IPG.
It depends on where you come from. Good morning, Americans.
Good morning, Americans. Very early in the morning, I think. Like 6 a.m. Central or something like that. Top lane, and Toha getting caught out by the Mars, pinned back onto the wall. That'll be a kill.
Toha is going to die. Not much to be said there. She's an Enchantress in the dead lane. She's trying to sap experience.
That's why it's called the dead lane.
Yeah. Die.
You die.
Yep. BSJ really made that clear to everyone. I think that in this case, like sometimes you move your support to the dead lane to farm, right, to like recover a bit, and sometimes you just move them because experience. So heroes like Shadow Demon, Winter Wyvern are great heroes that can like farm that dead lane. Enchantress is not one of them. She is one of their. She is gonna aggro the lane with her creep and pray that she can at least, defend this tower somewhere.
Yeah, in some matchups she is, but certainly not when there's a ward behind the tower that will get dewarded at the very least. So we're gonna set up now to push opposites. Golems now hurling their boulders, trying to slow this one down. Will be a fruitless attempt, however.
I mean, I think a tower for IPG right now is not bad. Because surprisingly enough, the TB doesn't need space. He actually needs to just thwart the Alchemist space. Because they both farm equally, Alchemist will farm. So ideally right now, you're actually putting more pressure onto towers, which is why I think the TV's choice to go bottom is the good one. Like, RDO can go top, and he can put pressure here too, great. But since you're an Alch, your whole point is to be right? You're not supposed to be... You don't need to create space necessarily. You'll beat the TV anyway. Luckily, the TV has an advantage in the core-to-core matchup, so... as long as the game maintains itself somewhat even, TV should be able to beat DL. The big point of inflection in this matchup is once... Because it takes away Alch's movement speed, takes away Alch's regen as well, and it gives you so many stats that you can just...
Yeah, that's a really good point here. We might even consider the Vessel for Ladan, although considering how relatively unwell his early game has gone, I kind of doubt it. Ah, well, you know, bad. Darkseer with the Soul Ring already. He's not had the best off lane either. He's actually the poorest of them all. Supernova just ahead of him. Arari.
Oh, he just beat Supernova.
And he did.
Doesn't want to be the poorest of them all.
He doesn't want to be the poorest of them all.
He's pulling himself up, Richie.
He's castered Christmas. They're going to try for a kill in this mid lane. Rather difficult. 2 points in the silence already, though. Illusory Orb off or on cooldown, so it makes it really tempting, but Askol's not going to be showing himself in this mid lane with so many heroes missing. Might not give him the chance. That ward is not going to scout our puck, unfortunately.
I like how safe. Talk about this is like Noka sexy. Ascol. Oh no, the creep's about to die. Ascol got silenced, walks into the wall, spear to the wall. Can they save him in time? There's a wall replica, but Puck is already dead. And now Duster might be the sacrificial goal of this engagement unless they shackle the Earth Spirit. And Ladam will also fall. This gank works well for them. And I love that patience of that gank because what they accomplished there is essentially... well, obviously a great kill, but they know that this gank is not as worth to them. Like, they don't need to do it. They already have a lot of space for the out. So if they get it, great. If it doesn't work out, no big deal. Put a ward, play it safely, don't sacrifice your heroes. You know you're stronger, which is why you can afford to do this, but there is no pressure onto your lineup particularly.
Yeah, they're strong for now, but they did use Exo as well as the Snakes and the Arena of Blood there, so they're really, really weak right now. Dendi just used both Astral Steps, and you can even see Rari's looking to try and get a head start on this one or make use of their weaknesses as he's going to be rotating over to the mid lane. They try and catch Dendi. He's a bit too fast, so it looks like instead they'll have to settle for his Tier 1 tower. Again, they continue. The only reason I think this is kind of a big play is IPG. They're going to cut a little bit more map control away from this farming Alchemist. He's already got good farm, though, with the Battle Fury up especially so, but they can only take a few more engagements like this before eventually they're going to be able to start fighting where the Alchemist is farming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like what TV's doing though. I think he's been doing a really good job putting pressure into the lanes meta. Like I've pretty much seen this meta exclusively to take towers, which is pretty good for Rari. It's hard to kind of time those pushes well with their cool, but I'm assuming Rari is being very communicative. Right now. Yep. And being like, hey guys, I got meta in like 30. Can we try getting a tower soon?
And I want to give one last quick shout out. Something cool that TSA did there was he actually saw 2 TPs in the exact same spot, so he summoned the Serpent Wards right around them. So that meant that the Darkseer could not actually leave without auto-attacking them twice. Earth Spirit can because he can just roll through them, but it made like actually trying to save the puck that much more difficult, especially with the earlier points in Vacuum where you need to basically walk up and hoover it yourself. Asgold in trouble though. They have no more shackles. That means they're going to have to turn. Dendi's going to avoid the Dream Coil, and TSA is going to snap it as they snap his neck.
Rari is literally playing utility carry right now. He's sundered the puck. He's like, hey, by the way.
Yep.
And then it just proceeds to farm again.
Might as well, right? He's got the mana.
No, I agree, dude, but he's playing quite efficiently with these cooldowns. I am very impressed by his playstyle. Yeah. He actually reminds me of Costabile a lot, which is a great Terrorblade player in South America, always compared to RDO. And he plays a much more active Terrorblade in the early mid-game, whereas RDO is like, guys, if you give me 40 minutes, I will carry this game for you. So...
Does he have a low voice like that?
Well, I was thinking of just an anime where like a buffed guy.
I've been watching a lot of anime recently.
Yeah, I started to think of Japanese. Boku no Terrorblade.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know what that means.
I am Terrorblade. I don't actually know how correct I am about
Another smoke. It's going to have to be for Antoha. Nice job here. He positions himself to just tank the gank. His team is going to be counter-rotating, though, with another smoke. We have Dream Coil up in 20 seconds. As long as they can clear these Serpent Wards, they'll be pretty happy, and they will be able to do so very easily. We didn't commit the arena, however, which means they can now counter-initiate. Careful, Mars from behind is going to catch the arena onto Rari. Rari runs into the walls once, now gets pinned. Doesn't have the Sunder, but they don't have the damage either, especially with the DP dead, and there's already a full mechanism here on the Darks here, so they're able to heal him basically back up to full HP. Sexy Fat is saving for this Blink Dagger, and unfortunately his progress is going to be a bit set back as he snaps the coil, likely to die. Double silence, pops the wand, will spear Rari back to the trees. Eventually he will fall.
I like the home renovations build that Darkseer is going for, where he just always puts the wall in the middle of the arena. And by doing that, it makes it very difficult for the Mars to know when exactly he can like push and commit completely, because you have the illusion coming out. The slow is kind of annoying, right? They always have vision over you. If Darkseer puts the Iron Shell on the illusion, all of a sudden Mars is starting to tick down really quickly. So this Mars, in 2 engagements already, he's been kind of afraid of fully committing, and correctly so, because of the way that Darkseer is playing with that wall replica. Usually wall replica early, not as strong a spell, because nobody's strong enough to actually take advantage of it. But in this game, because of the using it as a turret, it's been a really, really good asset. So, well played, honestly. I think this Darkseer has been important. Nice silence there, but there's no follow-up. Does Dendi have Yules?
Does Dendi have Yules? Good question. Yes.
Yes, he does. So he already used it. Oh, no, it was backpack, right?
Backpack, it looks like. Okay, so my question to you is, now we see a 4K, was that 4.7 to 5K net worth difference here between the Alchemist and the TB. At what point do you think this really starts to make the difference? Like, because we have not seen RDO fighting. That's obviously a very intentional move on his half. At what point do you think he's going to start showing up to these fights and maybe IPG will suffer?
I think the BKB is the...
Okay.
Once you get the BKB, assuming the Terrible doesn't have Scotty by then, which... Insane. Can you imagine him farming 6K? He's not even building it right now. He's building Manta, which is necessary. But can you imagine building 6K in the time that Alk farms 4K?
He needs more.
Yeah,
he needs 2 more ultimate orbs.
So once you have BKB, you're pretty much good to go. I think that's the timing they're starting to wait for. And Bait realizes that they can't take this too easily, because the Alk is kind of vacuum farming, but nobody else in their team is farming. So that means that Puck and Darkseer are becoming more useful cores than your Mars and Void Spirit. So you need the Alk to start to join the fights. That's why he's going for the BKB. Because usually Alks might wait BKB as a 4th item or so to keep it for late, but in this game you need to just put pressure as soon as possible. It's still tough though. Nope, Supernova. This is a really good play. You don't have the wall replica. And this time Supernova is for sure gonna die by Darkseer Dream Coil to deter the enemy team from going any further. They do try to kill Sexy Fat with a Magnetize. Duster actually dies to Askol's damage. I think he broke the Dream Coil by accident there.
Like it,
and Sexy Fat not taking down to Magnetize though, just barely surviving there towards the end. The counter initiation by IPG. TB is not joining them though. Instead, look at what TB's doing. He's actually forcing the bottom lane open, and he took it to tier 2. That's huge, actually. Yeah. The amount of impact that Rari has had with the supposed late game carry is impressive this game. Even if they lose because they got Alk, they are playing this Terrorblade matchup really well.
Yeah, they played really well in the early game. I think it's just safe to say here about this IPG lineup. Last game especially. To be honest, I can't quite recall exactly how their previous matches went, but they've all won the first game. Maybe that has something to do with it. This time, Bait, they decided to maybe take up the ante. They look to undercut with the Alchemist. Maybe that's not going to work out for them here because, like you're saying, this is the second time they've defended the tier 1 tower. They've now defended a tier 2 tower, and they've taken your tier 2 tower in exchange.
I mean, the tier 1 tower mid, it shouldn't be alive, dude. You have a DP and a Shaman.
Yeah, I agree.
How is it still standing? And that's, well, the answer is very clearly Askell. That's how it's standing. This Puck has done an incredible job of cutting the lanes, which is why he's as farmed as your TP, who's taken, by the way, multiple towers.
All right, map is missing. They don't see those heroes. They're smoked here on the other side of the river. That's just a Dota TV spectator glitch. So everyone's completely smoked. Supernova smoke is going to break. There's the rolling boulder. They catch the Mars, instantly hex into the vacuum though to prevent the arena. The silence and the Dream Coil now catching 2. Rari showing up with the Mantis tile, and look at the damage. Sexy Fat. That bulwark not doing anything, but they have caught the TB. He needs a blood bag. Is he going to live? He's actually outside the arena. Totally 5. Still just under Xantoha, just to show that he can.
How did he get pushed outside the arena?
I have no clue.
The arena interactions, I think it might have been the Void Spirit's Astral Step. but it's so hard to tell.
It could have been. Yeah, because that will pull you through objects.
Those walls in the arena are both the sturdiest walls in the game and the weakest at the same time.
Brazilian infrastructure, man. What are you going to do?
That's why I don't get majors there. The Roshan is going to fall now to Rari. This is a huge point of inflection for them because this gives them one secure team.
They're trying to contest.
They need to. Alk is going to run in, but they are took the Aegis for Ascold. The wall replica starting to deter the Alk. Supernova is close to dying, but he survived the first onslaught. They're going for Duster first. Yes, the Exo popped. They shouldn't continue this. Rari's out of meta. In comes also Sexy Fat with the God's Rebuke. The Spear of Mars not avoided by the Manta style. Puck trying to protect Terrorblade. That's not going to be enough. Silence down Terrorblade. Nice vacuum pushing them back, but they still catch him with the Ether Remnant, and Rari has to accept his death. Good thing they gave the puck the Aegis, though.
Yeah, very good thing indeed. They actually might be able to convert this into a tier 2 as well. So this is a big shift here in favor of Bait. They do manage to kill the courier of RDO. And I reckon that had... No, he went for AC, this madman. He actually went for the AC instead of the BKB, so now he's going to go for the BKB.
Okay, that's why he couldn't fight quite easily there. Like, even that fight didn't feel like that strong for Bait, but the BKB is the real point of inflection in this game. Though I gotta commend the Alk for going, Terrorblade has a bunch of armor, what if I just take it all out, you know? Like, he's little by little undressing this Terrorblade so he can actually hit him with physical damage.
Oh, Ascold's like, hey guys, what's going on? They are
JK guys, I want to leave.
They're looking for Duster. We do have a Dream Coil, RDO running in as well, channeling the Unstable Concoction. Nice side, whoa, they have got the detection here for Ladonna, actually preempting this one. And look at the damage onto Antoha. Untouchable, more like you're dead. So RDO will chase them down.
No, it's in a pun. That was just
Well, I couldn't come up with anything. What are you going to go for? Unstable Concoction into Untouchable? This doesn't really...
Yeah, sure. What I liked about that fight is that... Oh, okay, that was weird. I don't think that's the play. My good friend Supernova. Yep, really easy. So, I don't know if you saw their Ascold, but Ascold face shifts. He sees the spear fly right next to him, hitting the Earth Spirit instead. He's like, whew, that was close. It just runs out.
Wipes the sweat off his brow, continues. I mean, he's got Aegis. He can't lose it.
Yeah, that's true, honestly. You can't do much with the Aegis though right now because the Alk is a bit too strong. With a 10k difference over the TB, I think now you're starting to just beat the TB to the ground.
That's true, although...
That's why I think the Ags build for TB is the choice here.
I think they can still look to punish this lack of BKB. Normally I would say, oh, we've got BKB on Alchemist, that means he can ignore Dream Coil and basically the rest of Puck, as well as actually Earth Spirit, but that's not the case this game. He's actually going for the Aghanim Scepter. I'd imagine he's going to want to give that one to...
Who's going for the
RDO? Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah, no, you're confusing him with a Terrorblade.
I think I was confused.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're both going for Aghanim Scepter. Both Rari and...
They are both going for Aghanim Scepter. Never mind.
Though Rari might be reconsidering and going for Scotty. I think Ags is a bit better because...
Bless you.
Terror Wave is so important here to be able to just deal. Because Alk gets extra movement speed from his transformation, so you Terror Wave him and he's like running back to base.
Yeah, true.
Oh, my Alks.
Oh, there's another one. All right, covered it up. Nice job. Bless you. Ascold here.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. BKB. 10-second now duration ready for him. I'd rather you sneeze into your elbow than sneeze.
Both times I did that.
No, he's learning.
I'm so proud.
He's learning, folks.
Look at this.
Ready. Nice little smoke play here by Bait. They've read it. They've evacuated the area.
If Ladon dies, it's fine.
Yeah, they got Vessel as well here at the ready. Yeah, he's a very easy kill with Shackles TSA. He's the king of solo kills, really. Shackles.
This is even good for you. He tanks a gank, or literally, honestly, a smoke gank, and gives us base to Terrorblade. He tanks it really far away from any objectives. I think it's a good thing. He even forced half of Bait to retreat into their own jungle.
Basically all of Bait, to be honest. Yeah.
Because Alk was already farming there, of course. Just to deal with the Earth Spirit, which is not that valuable a kill. So I think that's fine. I don't think you're too worried about that. Oh, I love the Darkseer. Darkseer's like, right, you're trying to take away the armor from my Terrorblade? I'm going to give him more armor.
Give it right back to him. I mean, Solar Crest, such a great item. Yeah. And really, both teams at this stage are kind of looking to play a 4 Protect 1 for the next 5-10 minutes.
Yes, but Bait is trying to finish their 4 Protect 1 and kill you, whereas IPG is trying to just
They're trying to extend the game and survive. Yeah. Pretty soon, it's going to be a 1v9. Rari's going to be running around. He's going to get low. He's going to sunder one of his teammates, steal their HP, and then continue fighting.
Yeah, that's the point. And honestly, against an Alk, I don't think... I mean, you have Alk, TP, Mars. Mars can kind of deal with TP. Everything else is weak against them. The Void Spirit's somewhat strong against them. Not the best, though. Mind you, if RDO has 10k more net worth than you, then yes.
Yeah, this is like 2.5 items.
But he's
here.
out of slots now. He has one more slot for the Abyssal, which is the bottle slot, and that's it.
Yeah, and then boots realistically, right? Because like you said, with the bonus move speed.
Yeah, you can sort of sell boots. Though I think Alk benefits a lot from boots of travel.
I agree completely with you. However, I'm just saying, I think for the sake of argument, if he needs it, he'll probably get rid of the boots and put something in, I don't know, a Daedalus. Probably not, though, but something like that.
It's already done on TV. This is pretty good. Not a bad timing, honestly.
They just reclaimed for Asgold.
This is fantastic, as now Rory gets an option to, first of all, waste the Chemical Rage and even get a Metamorphosis out of it for special ganks. And this makes it much easier for you to take a single target.
Special ganks.
Well, like single target ganks.
Oh my lord, look at this tower. See you later.
Double damage, dude. Oh, dispelled.
Yep.
Antoha came there a bit late. Snake's still attacking your tower.
Yeah.
Hit the snakes, boys. Heroes. Nobody else in your team is ranged. Please hit the snakes.
He's got a normal punch. Look at this. Look at this. Rari, you sneaky boy.
Oh,
what are you doing here?
What is he doing?
That's real. Now they know.
Oh no, Rari! He's gonna get murdered. What was that play? They're gonna kill Earthspirit as well. The wall replica was nice. Dreamcoil as well. Puck with a BKB just walks in. Earthspirit bites back for this fight, and they might almost win it. They actually take the 2 supports down. Ladon, thinking he's actually winning this fight, gonna go for RDO, who's at a Chemical Rage. They have a Spirit Vessel. Yeah. These 3 guys might just carry the game. They silenced him. He can use the Unstable Concoction. Finally gets it off onto Supernova. Supernova close to dying, killed by the mark of the Void Spirit. RDO, though, is going to die to the Magnetize. Now imagine even a TP in that fight. Imagine. Like, why?
I don't know. I've got no clue. Dendi? He's going to be able to run, but Antoha's a bit faster.
There's Enchant as well.
Yeah, to purge off as well the Disseminate Shield. He's dead. What?
I cannot believe they just... That is the next level play. Sack the TB, beat them without him, and they go, right, if you can't beat us without TB, imagine with him. And now they start to be really scared as bait. They're like, what do we do?
It's the TB Gambit.
The TB Gambit,
They sacrifice the TB. All of a sudden, Bait's positioning is awful. Because they use arena. They're like,
because they could not believe a TB just came out from under the trees behind them.
TSA, like, he's like, oh, there's an illusion right there. Let me go ahead and break it with Hex. Wait, it's real?
Yes.
I was like, I checked my camera. He's like, wow, how did he even get there? Did Coddle recall him from a different game and place him into the tree?
He smoked, dude. They smoked him just for that play.
It was such a weird play. And I mean, I guess
they actually will do it, though.
The good news is that he didn't use meta. He just knew he was going to die. He didn't use meta.
Most efficient way to use cooldowns, guys.
It was kind of unbelievable. And then they did take the fight.
I honestly could not believe this. That was such a weird fight. And the puck is so powerful. That was the BKB on Asgold that really sent him apart.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, they kind of forced the... Did Alk use his BKB? He did, right? In the beginning of the fight?
I don't think he even has a BKB.
No, he does.
He did. He does now.
Yeah, he did use it at the beginning of the fight, right? So he used it for the TV because it's like, they must have a plan to save his TV. Turns out, lol, no.
And he used the chemical. I mean, I guess so. They were just really overcommitted. Never... I mean, you're right.
This is never going to happen again.
They are kind of cooldown dependent here for Bait. I mean, he just shows BKB off cooldown, and even with Chemical Rage active, I think he still dies there because of the Vessel and no way to purge it off.
But usually the thing is you don't bait cooldowns with your carry.
And your win condition. I mean, they still won the fight, though.
That's why it's insane. So, honestly, this gives you a huge help now, because now TV has enough space to just recover. And this does bring back to a point that I mentioned earlier, where IPG has 3 cores, and Bait realistically has 1, maybe 1.5 with Den. So the fact that IPG's cores are all kind of farming and getting experience and useful in these team fights, Darkseer has enough farm for what he needs, right? And Mars needs more farm than Darkseer to remain relevant.
About. I would say once he's got this Blink Dagger, he's got enough farm. Sure, Greaves for the Dispel, but it's not crucial this game.
And because of this, and because the puck is so impactful, you're capable of doing much more diverse plays than Alk Go, which is pretty much the strategy that Bait is doing.
Yeah, you're totally right. All right.
I can't believe that fight either, but
I couldn't believe it either. Like, I was literally speechless throughout the fight just because I was like, all right.
Oh, the smoke. Okay. Wait, they have
meta,
smoke, by the way. The smoke on smoke action. Meta used, but now with a Terror Wave. Now the Terror Wave is also committed here. The BKBs stop him. He needs a Sunder. Where's his blood back? He can't get it off in time. Rari's dead, but this time with the BKBs, they might not be able to turn this around. They also lose their almost Asgold. He's barely staying alive. Ladon manages to rolling boulder himself to safety. Antoha with a Glimmer Cape will survive, but Asgold will not be as lucky.
Yeah, they caught him.
Okay, so they did the TV Gambit. They messed up the first time.
This wasn't the TV Gambit, though.
This was an actual fight.
This was an actual fight, and I reckon that's...
He should have used Terror Wave first, not Metamorphosis.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, just casual shot.
Because used meta, then the Terror Wave, which wastes both cooldowns, of course, and also I think that was not necessary.
No, yeah, and they just got way too much control.
Because you allowed them to use the BKBs.
Oddly enough, I don't think TB can be leading into these fights as well. He was kind of the one man leading the army. I don't think he can do that. Not until he's... Well, I don't rarely you see a BKB on a TB, but I think it should be Puck leading these fights with the BKB at the ready, Blink Dagger, Phase Shift as well, all to counter, or the Earth Spirit, maybe even better. Just throw that Toha in there, right? Good luck. You've got Ghost Scepter, you better use it. I can't be your TB leading into it, because now, especially with TSA having the BKB, if he catches someone, they're out of the fight. There's nothing they can do. That's
true. Until you get Ags on Puck and you get a Dream.
Yep, and that is coming soon-ish, but not soon enough. Ooh, all right. Well, Rari's back alive. Doesn't have the meta for a whole nother minute. In this amount of time, I predict we're going to see at least the mid lane of Barracks go down. We've got Terror Wave, which is going to allow him to skirmish.
Who will take the last hit? A lonely rage creep or RDO? A lonely rage
creep.
Look at RDO being such a nice teammate. He even gets the rage creep the last.
Now he's got the cleave, thanks to the talent. He's put the Battle Fury in his backpack momentarily.
Yeah, until he gets the agent. And then he's going to replace it from Mjolnir, which gives him mixed damage against TB, and that will make it very difficult for TB to deal with him. TB still doesn't have Scotty.
Convert the creep.
Murders it.
Yeah, just trying to get rid of that backdoor, or re-enable the backdoor. Yep. Mid-wave, I believe, has been cut, so they are going to have to back up and retrieve another wave.
Oh, Puck wants to punish this? Oh, here it's BKB actually for that. Honestly, kill TSA, you can kill Sexy Fat too.
No way to cancel that one. Bot lane, though, they do have the setup now for the Darkseer. The Sunder, though, Rari trying to keep him alive. That means he's now a target. Rari, you madman, the Fear Wave activated.
Don't hit him.
There goes Dendy, running for his life. Vacuum to try and create a bit more space, and Spider likes to chase him down. He does have the haste. Cheese as well. Eats the Abyssal Blade instead of the cheese. Supernova gets the blink out, as the arena is not going to be catching him. And the rest of the team is now backing off, but Rari taking another death there to save his Darkseer.
Okay, so the problem here is that Rari is still playing Utility Core Terrorblade, and it's about time you become a win condition.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, whoops indeed, dude. You need to win this game for your team.
Yep. Oh, you're completely right. They got caught pushing down bot lane. They cut the mid wave perfectly there, but IPG, unfortunately, they get ran at, although they might get themselves a lane of Barracks out of this in exchange. Unlikely now with the creeps actually coming back, but RDO leading the charge back up to the high ground. Duster popping the level 2 Exorcism, and there should be at least the mid lane of Barracks. Luckily, when we come back, we will have meta this time around, so they bought themselves at least that cooldown.
Okay, that's Dream Coil. Again, TB's dead is where they're strongest, apparently. They're going to catch the DB first.
Oh,
he almost did, but he got the cheese. And in comes RDO. They did murder Duster in time. RDO will not stun himself, instead doing it on Supernova. But the TB's back.
I can't believe they are their strongest without the TB.
I'm telling you, when Rari's dead is the time to fight for IPG. Look at this.
Oh, they're chasing him.
Oh, they're going to...
RDO, I mean, he used his ulti as well, popped the BKB, so they kind of have to run.
Yeah, but careful, guys, because TB's alive, so...
TB's alive, so...
I don't know if you're ready to fight.
They just could lose. All right, we just farm this,
They're so close to Scotty.
Yeah.
Once you get the Scotty, man, Rari is back on top.
I would say so. Yeah, with the exception, making sure that he's not constantly locked down by the Abyssal BKB Shaman combo, which is really, really terrifying for them right now.
I'm assuming it's now time for Alk to start building Ags as well, particularly DP Ags this game is...
Yeah, I wouldn't mind giving it to...
Shaman as well.
Yeah, it's the Phalanx, right?
It's the Phalanx. Pretty awful. It's probably the worst act. Or not in this game.
I just don't really like the DP either, and not until it's level 18 anyway.
Why?
Because don't the ghosts do... No, you're right, because only the damage increases because you get more ghosts.
Exactly.
No, it's not really even that good. Maybe Dendy can sell his.
You don't have to sell it because you give him...
Yes, I just... Awesome. This.
You don't have to sell it.
I know, just not...
You just get 4,200 gold, which I don't think Dendy...
Well, I think he can transition into half of a core here if he gets a Deso.
Topman is just... Yeah, that's why you give it to the snakes too, is another... But the push would be easier if you had part of the reason.
True.
Okay, vacuum. RDO's like, I've seen this before. Not letting myself get Dream Coiled. But as Alk, you're looking for more than just one lane of racks. Usually one lane racks is huge, but with an Alk lineup, you need like two to realistically say you have an advantage.
The nice thing is that it is the mid lane of Barracks, which means one fight without buybacks for IPG, and they can just end the game. Whereas with the side lanes, it can take a little bit longer. So Rari now, he's going to be TPing away, no longer feels safe farming here. His Spidey senses are tingling, and that's a good thing. His farm senses need to start tingling, though, because not really been farming too well the past 5-10 minutes, I would say.
Who?
Rari, yeah.
I mean,
dying, yeah.
It's so difficult. Rari's torn. Like, yes, I want to farm, but also if I die, we win. What do I do?
What do I do?
I agree. At least the Pug is kind of picking up the slack, though. I think Askol's been doing a great job this game. And I think Rari played a really good early mid game. It's just that now he kind of has to accept, guys, you need me to win, right?
Yep. So. And this DD rune could be a nice little shift as, oh, no, Askol's going to take it. It says, screw you, it's mine. Why not at this stage? So maybe they are planning to sacrifice Rari. All the buffs onto Askold.
Oh, that Mjolnir is going to make life hell for Rari. Because now you have mixed damage against him, which means he's no longer that tank against an Alk. It's difficult. And you also have Blink, BKB, Aether Lens on Shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you can easily, like, I think Shaman should just concentrate on stopping the Puck, if I'm honest. You cancel Puck, the game is yours.
Yep. Yeah, and you have the tools to do it with the BKB.
Yeah, exactly.
TB, in the meantime, though, that means he's going to have to probably meta and just murder the Shaman, which honestly is no big challenge for him. So I guess, who needs to hold down TB while the Shaman is holding down... while the Shaman's holding down the Puck? I guess the Abyssal Blade could do it here. You got the DP as well to be nice and annoying. Different ways you can go about it. Oh, they're going to lose the range Barracks here to the TB counter images. See you later. All right, that's going to be then the range creep at least pushing in a little bit more. It's decent push. It's more of like actually a gold loss than anything, but it's still nice to have. And XP actually, barely noticeable. Oh, Scotty's finished.
Okay. Now you should be able to fight the fight. Again, though, the Mjolnir build by the Alk changes this around. I think it was a really smart pickup because now the Alk is probably capable of beating you at least in one more fight. And like he's not going for any ag.
Swift Blink, of course.
I think that is the right choice. You go for Swift Blink as opposed to the boots. It kind of replaces boots really nicely. Yep. And that allows you to burst the TV for 1 or 2 fights. And realistically, 1 or 2 fights is all you need because Alk will push fast enough.
Yeah, get ready for Alchemist Goes Burr. Be attacking faster than this TB quite easily with that Lord base attack time. Careful here. Hex in the mid lane. Shaman making the jump on Toha. You've gone too far. Still alive, though. Really quite a tanky last, but finally she will die. They go on a hunt, and they find themselves a deer. DD has been popped manually. There's going to be the kill, or rather a kill on the Duster in the mid lane, or at least it should be relatively quickly, but they have now are locking down our Darks here. He's in some trouble, but getting pinned to the walls is going to be Rari into the Abyssal Blade as well. RDO just locking him down. Do they have the damage? Sunder. Absolutely no. Sunder, no chances. He gets bashed to death. Now the Coil will catch 2 heroes. They finally get TSA, but he's gotten off all of his spells. They're buying back here on IPG, but Rari with no buyback means Duster having bought back is just going to be able to run down just about everyone on Toa who died at the start of this engagement. Will die for a second time. As soon as they bring some detection on over, or they can hit him. A bad fight there for IPG, yet another one. Wow, it took a while, but they eventually got her.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't beat RDO right now because TB took too long to decide that he was the win condition. That allowed RDO just out-farm him, and like I said, even if the core-to-core is good, it's not with 14k difference between your cores, right? Yeah. Puck is pretty much winning, or trying to win this alone because the TV is just useless. They catch him every single time. The Shaman didn't even have to contra the Puck because, well, they killed the Shaman early. Good, well played. Yeah. Because they have to kill a Shaman early like that, RDO can just contra on TV and ignore them completely.
Yeah, they took the Darks here out of the fight as well really early on, which means he got no chance to set up for the wall into the vacuum count initiation to help his TB, and TB just gets bashed to death. There's way too much attack speed right now on the Alchemist, and that bash chance at 25%, but when you attack 4 times a second, it's good enough.
Well, you do have a cooldown.
It's a cooldown, I know.
Yeah, but so you can't perma-bash, but it's fast enough. You can get close to it.
Yeah, you can, completely ruin his game, which we've been seeing. Got off the Metamorphosis again, as well as the Terror Wave twice there, but this BKB just doing way too much.
Went for the Shard. Interesting. I don't disagree with that. The Shard is the Berserk Potion, which gives you mainly the Dispel, but it's also a bit of HP reach. Attack speed, which is good for the late game. I like that RDO has decided I'm the carry, dude. Like, there's no need for me to build Dags this game because I need to carry this game. If we go this later, then
can Alk throw it onto himself?
Yeah, of course. Okay. So Berserker Potion works really nicely, particularly on yourself when you're playing like a late Alk. I mean, obviously as a supporter, offlane Alk can use it with your teammates, but as a carry. And
I think this is the right choices. In fact, it's actually because RDO has been playing so selfishly that we can see a big difference between Rari and RDO.
And quite oppositely, Rari is playing quite selflessly. I mean, level 19 here is pretty bad experience for a team to the game.
Oh yeah, but TB usually has a...
No, I mean, you're totally right, but I wouldn't say... I think this is probably the most severe I've seen it at level 40. Yeah. I get it, you know, because he farms with the scrimmages. He's going to send this guy in the jungle and do his thing. Yeah, that might just be Megas. I don't think they can defend it. Rari, I mean, he's hoping for the BKB, which will be the item to at least let him live a little bit longer in these fights, but will that be long enough for him to sunder and do the damage his team requires of him? I don't know.
RDO with Chemical Rage. There goes the tower.
At least the Fortify being forced. It's EXO level 2.
RDO just like, all right, is Fortified over? Yeah, whatever.
TB.
Don't care. Enchantress is dead. Oh, unless your Mars saves her.
Oh, good vacuum wall
combo as well. They have BKB on the Alk. We have Nav Turtle with the hit. And that BKB, they want to waste it. That arena actually not doing them too many favors.
No, now they could look to chase here potentially. Rari's back, still doesn't have the BKB, but we've got no more.
Dead now.
Yeah, we've actually got no more Chemical Rage or BKB either for RDO. He's going to try and TP up, but kicked into the Fear Wave. He's going to go down here, Abo. Oh, I cannot believe it.
Goodness.
Once again, IPG, they take a fight without Rari. He just shows up there for the chase.
But that was the right play to make, though.
And it was, and they did it perfectly.
There was, I think it was a bit of a hasty BKB and Chemical Rage there by the Alk, right? Because I get the Chemical Rage to push, but once the Chemical Rage is about to come off cooldown and you go back, you don't fight in that arena when you don't see the TB or the puck. Like, you kill either. What is this?
What is this?
It's win probability. It's like, we're done.
We're done. You know, Dota Plus, it knew it since the start, man.
They can't calculate it because Rari's alive, so
yeah.
He's just a massive question mark this game.
Oh, hold that thought, actually is. We have a puck chasing down Dendi, but Askold here caught inside the Aether Net will not be able to punish him.
Askold is such an incredible player. This game goes entirely to him. I am...
Rari took the Ags.
Oh my goodness. He's like, I am carry now. I will take Ags. I will sell my Ags.
Okay.
Sure, right?
Sure.
I think Earth Spirit Ags, which have been pretty useful this game, particularly.
I completely agree. Just take if you take this Alchemist out of the fight, Bait are like, oh no.
Oh, they give it to Supernova. Because he has an Ags in it. I don't think he ate it.
I definitely saw the pickup, though, icon for the team. No, I have no clue.
If he's not selling it now, it must be that he hit.
Yeah.
Must be that they can
true. All right.
TSA is dead in the bottom lane. Oh, they try to go for Dendi as well.
Askold just trying to carry the game here all by himself.
And he's almost doing it.
He really is. Rari's showing up here for the damage now. No meta, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem here. As we don't have the Alchemist for 10 more seconds. Of course, he's got enough money for the buyback, but doesn't want to use it yet, and off and away they go.
It's still a very hard push to the high ground. You still don't beat the Alk in a one-on-one scenario, so you still need to bait out that BKB, bait out the Chemical Rage, and then burst him down with your control. So that's... IPG still has to play this quite defensively.
At this stage, I don't know if Rari should be going for a BKB or a Divine Rapier. I think he should be going for something like...
Honestly, Aeon Disc is not crazy.
Aeon Disc? I completely agree.
Just by the way that he's playing?
That's what I mean, though, right? Because he's going to... Like, it feels like the way he's been playing the past 40 minutes, you know, he's just going to drop the Rapier to, like, I don't know, RDO, and then he's going to end the game. Whereas if you go for Aeon Disc, it gives him another 1.5 seconds that he lives. Maybe then he gets off the Sunder. I completely agree with you. Who knows? Maybe now after the Rapier, he's going to turn it around and start playing like the position 1. His team, they just...
Oh, no. Puck got there, Liz. That's fine.
No, that's
he's
fine.
The real position 1.
I can't...
Did he go for Dream Coil Rapid Fire?
You betcha.
Yes, he did. Askold acknowledges Rari is not suited to carry this game. He's taking over that role. This is like a real pub game where you go, my carry sucks. I'm going to carry now.
Yeah, he actually queued for hard support, but then in the pregame, everyone's like, oh man, I got the wrong role. Can you play mid? He's like, sure. And he's like, why are you playing carry? Just let me do this one, please.
Askold has decided that Rari is not worth it.
This is kind of unbelievable, though.
Yeah.
Like the way that this game is so far progressing. I mean, for now, it's working. You can see Bait even. They're turtling inside the base. This Alchemist, he's just about hit his plateau here. Maybe he gets this one last item.
Slots, dude.
Yeah, he just gets this one last item to replace for the power treads, and then he's completely out of items. Maybe you consider selling the SNY?
Yeah, but at this point, as much as you can increase, like, it's very limited as an Alk. You've lost your big point of inflection.
Right.
I mean, you lost it a while ago, but Rari was committed to sundering his teammates.
He was. There's meta popped. He's got BKB now.
Not Terra Wave, though. So he still has that option if he wants to retreat. Please, Rari, do not go up to the high ground.
Oh, he's going to do it.
Oh, Rari. He
Right,
wants
they
to
got to
dive
ward down
first.
Dendi, dive in the back lines.
Oh, he has a BKB on Ladon. There's a Terra Wave. Leave now, Rari.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if he wants to leave or wants to die.
They want to kill Dendi.
Hard to tell. Okay, he broke the Dream Coil so he doesn't get the rapid fire. Very smart, actually.
Anyway.
Still gonna die, though. Ghost Scepter on DP. In comes the Alk. They know who the true carry is. They go for Askel. Can they kill him? They sunder him! Rari, yet again! The true support of this game. And Puck might still die. You lost Askel. This is Rari coming back with his second life, but nobody can need to help him. They do Lotus Storm him, and Rari is starting to hit. No Demon Seal on him, though, which means he doesn't quite have too much damage as a physical. As a melee hero, RDO is dying alone to Doha, who's taking up Ferrari. He's still stuck in the snakes. He eats the cheese, and that saves him. In the backline, they kill Supernova as they control Rari. But Rari is tanking this nicely, enough for RDO to stuck in the game. And RDO finally gets out of the snakes, finishing off on Doha.
Unbelievable. I cannot believe that Sunder happened.
What? Rari is my favorite player this game. I am telling you. This guy is a walking meme.
I don't know what we witnessed there.
I picked TV to Sunder my mid.
He's playing like position 5 from the hard carry farm this game.
And he's buying a rapier, which is what I love. Like he's dying so much, and he's buying a rapier.
I don't agree with the rapier.
No, me neither. Not the way you're playing.
Especially like even then, I thought, okay, he's queued up the rapier. Now he's gonna play this greedy position 1 that we know and love. Nope. He Sunders on the first life. BKB's though on the second one quite wisely. So even though he doesn't have meta or the fear wave, he's still pretty useful at zoning out supports. Doesn't manage to get the kill on the 1. Kind of, I don't know what happened first. This is chicken or the egg.
What?
Or in our case, Death Ward or Chrono. What happened first? Because TSA threw down the Serpent Wards in this nice little triangle area.
No, he got stuck inside.
And either the Alchemist abyssed into the Serpent Wards.
No, he got stuck with in the beginning. He's been stuck there for forever.
Okay.
And then he abyssed out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought happened.
Yeah. He got stuck there from the beginning. You noticed quite late, but I noticed it the earlier in the
Divine Rapier's here.
Divine Rapier's done for Terrablade. Okay. All right. Now. Okay. Your Sunder is now a save for you. Not for the Puck, not for your Earth Spirit, or whatever else you want to Sunder. Please do not lose this Rapier to the Elk, because that might just be enough to give RDO the Gwyn. Right? You drop the Sanjay Yashi, you don't even care.
You can't give him the Gwyn either.
The what?
The Gwyn.
Sorry. The win.
He's a mid laner.
My excitement. I cannot believe
Who's
this.
this Gwyn mid lane for? Is it Creep
Gwyn
Wave?
Blade, you mean? He's Empire.
Empire, thank you. All right, well, what do
on disc for DP.
Oh, just this game.
Duster's like, I'm gonna buy what Rari should be buying. Well, we have a on disc on Asgold actually. He's like, okay, my TV can't sunder me anymore, so I need my own way to save myself.
This is unbelievable. I mean,
this whole game is incredible.
Okay, but he's got Divine Rapier now. Like, surely he doesn't play so sacrificially.
There's no Demon Zeal though, which means Demon Zeal, so that means that you don't have the melee damage.
Okay. Well, they know
RDO has everything. Do not go on.
They know about that. Yeah, he's. I think now he's 6 slot. I mean, look at it. 9,000 gold. Queue up on Ags for your friends, mate. Come on.
Yeah,
don't be so stingy.
Like, love that you went Scottish when insulting the sting. That's what a true Scotsman does. You go to Parliament. Come on, England, give us an Ags, please. Anyway, let's see what they do. Bait. I think right now Bait is feeling the pressure of like, guys, how are we even still in this game with an Alk in like 45 minutes?
They are starting to feel the pressure. I think they're really starting to plateau here. I think their next power spike is Dendi. Finish up this Hex. Go for what did he take? He did take the Dissemblate Stun. No, they are all in for this. You know, RDO carry us, please.
They are all in, yep. They accept it. RDO is not giving anyone Ags. He gave himself a Moonshot first.
I can't believe this.
Yes, nobody's getting Ags this game, dude. RDO is angry at his team.
So what's hilarious is this is like polar opposite play style, where RDO is, I am the true carry. Stack for me. Give me that Aghanim Scepter from Roche.
He
Give me
snaps
the
his fingers as people appear.
Yep,
right?
yep. And meanwhile, Rari's like, oh, I don't know, guys. You know, I'm going to carry this game, but it is really a team game after all. Let me sunder my allies here, not once, but twice.
Yeah, Rari is a big fan of Dendi, apparently.
He really is. I mean, I think we're all big fans of Dendi.
No, but I mean, like, cause that's the Dendi mentality, right? This is a team game. Let's all be friends. Let's all play together. Like, Dendi plays a lot for his team, which is why I guess RDO feels like he can be selfish.
Oh, I can't believe.
Now, Ags for Shaman though is actually really value.
It is.
Because you really just need to take one lane of Rax, dude. Give him the Ags.
Well,
please.
even like you start one of these crazy loco fights.
As long as you don't put the snakes over your Alk, yeah.
Just blink at the end of base and end the game.
Yep.
Honestly, he must be 25. No, he's not.
He got a leveler, by the way, on the Alk, which is, I mean, honestly, even Ice Frog is giving RDO the win at this point.
He's got to be at max attack speed, though. It must be capped out with Chemical Rage and the Swift Blink.
Well, the Chemical Rage is going to give you attack speed. Riddles is your BA2.
Riddles is your BA2, yeah.
He's not at max attack speed. It's 600.
He's got to be getting there. He's got to be getting there. Oh, Avo, this game. This is game 2, by the way.
It could be a game 3. I'm not really sure what's going to happen.
I mean, it is the quote-unquote curse of IPG here.
Oh no, dude. I don't know if they're cursed right now. I think they've lasted in this game much longer than they have any right to. Considering some of the plays that they've made and Rari sacrificing himself at the team fights, I think it's...
Give him the Sunder cooldown, and then I think he's going to keep his entire team alive.
Rari asked for Witch Doctor, but instead they gave TP.
All right, come on.
He has Daedalus and Rapier.
They're playing this one very, very close. I mean, obviously, it's just such a risky play. Look at these guys. They're just... His Conjure Midget Illusions are just chonking through the entire enemy. He's going to go for it now. Oh, they're trying to bait? Well, no, they know which one is real. They put Lotus Orb on the wrong one. Okay, drums used. What's the play here, guys? How did the fight start? Duster from above. Dendi as well, cutting the wave. Might be a good target here.
Rari's just pushing your tower. Just Rapier, dude. That's Rex done. That's going to equalize the Rex.
Backdoor, schmackdoor. See you later.
Yeah, not with Rapier. Okay, Surge him.
I mean, I feel like they just have to wait for this meta to run out now.
They do. And they still have Terror Wave just in case.
Yeah, but obviously, you know, that's not as strong, right?
Well, no, but like, if they initiate onto you, you can always use Terror Wave. Bait is cursing everything. Mind you, though, this is where Bait plays the best, honestly. Like, they're really good in the late game, so we'll see. I would never discount... Usually a team with Alk this late, yeah, you're done for. But Bait, I've seen these guys win some insane games, particularly when it goes this late. They have really good decision-making in the late game.
I believe this is Roche number 5?
Yes.
No, 4.
Four.
Yeah, because we didn't get a refresher shot on the last one.
And this is where RTO is like, all right, guys, finally someone get an Ags for free. But it's not coming from me.
I'm not buying it.
Watch RDO eat the Ags instead.
Oh, goodness. You know, no, there's no way.
No. You give it to Shaman. Oh, wait. The silence. Okay, the initial Ladon is a really good arena. They can kill Ladon in time. Yeah, their spread gone. But the Dreamcoil is hurting them a fair amount. The arena is saving from the rapid fire. They do catch a TV. He has a BKB and Sunder. Can he survive? He needs a blood bag. RDO has these BKB to stop a Sunder from happening. He uses the Terror Wave. Just give him a blood bag. Someone save Rari. And Chandris comes by. She is not going to be used. Rari's a good teammate. He instead just chunks the Alk. Goodbye to RDO. The DP's down for the count. And the Terror Blade is just a bit too tanky now. They're going to kill Sexy Fat as well. That's 3 buybacks from Bait. But Dendi and TSA don't have buyback right now.
That was actually incredible. The reason he lived there was because of a 2100 gold item called Glimmer Cape.
Yeah, I know. Incredible. I mean, he could have sundered the Ench as well.
He could have. No. He only sunders teammates when they're about to die.
Right?
He doesn't do it the other way around. He is a man of his word here. A 4v3 now in the Roche, but Bait, they are now under the gun here. They bought back on their Alchemist all this gold now. Not too useful. He just sundered someone. I'm not sure. He sundered Supernova or something. Another buyback now from Dendi as balls of steel here on Anto. He does not care that Dendi's TPing on in. Roshan, it looks like they're going to go back for it, a 4v4, but 4 buybacks used now on the side of Bait. Just about equalizes here the farm all of a sudden for Alchemist and Rari. And Rari's going back in. He doesn't have meta for another little time, though. Gets caught now by the Aether Remnant. That's going to trigger the last buyback now from Bait. He's got a TP, though, to the tier 3 tower in the base as they abyssal the wrong one, but they will catch the right one to the wall. Invised up, though, but already he's popped the ulti. He's going right on it. He's going to chomp through the TP. He's still alive, but finally he will fall. He's got the buyback, though, on that as well, but everyone falling so low as RDO. He's killing himself with his own illusion, the Wall of Replica, but it's not going to matter. He gets the Darkseer first. Rapier on the deck. Who's got it? I think it's going to be the Aeon saving Ascold for now, still alive as they do get the dieback onto 1. And Rari, he's back, popping the Metamorphosis TSA. He's going to hold him down, but eventually the demons will come for him. Duster looking to run, but he can't run far. Pops his own Aeon disc as well. Avo, I think it's going to happen here.
It's going to be game.
IPG.
I think it's game. They're going to go for the DP here just as the last hit. And the Glimmer Cave, I mean, she's creating a lot of space for your team, but dude, TB's alive, and he's going for Roche himself.
Dendi has Rapier, though.
Dendi has Rapier. He took it earlier when TB died.
But he can't contest this Roche.
He just cannot contest this
It's too risky. No one with buyback. The only person with buyback right now.
Dendi needs to go cut
is
lanes.
Ascult. Of course it's Ascult.
You need to cut lanes all the time right now, Dendi. You can't afford to lose any time. That A on this pickup and Ascult might have won the game though.
Oh lord.
Okay, he now picks up the Ags.
No, who needs a cheese? Who needs an
Ags?
Ags?
He just leaves the Ags on the floor.
Darkseer's already got one.
Yeah, so don't give it to him. I guess because he can't eat it.
Put it in his backpack.
I might as well pick it up, he says. Give it to the Enchantress or the
Sproink?
Earthspirit. No, Earthspirit doesn't have one yet. Yeah. He's very
definitely
useful.
for Sproink. Unbelievable game.
For the Earthspirit.
Unbelievable game. We're
I think they're gonna win this now. I don't know how. I don't know what Dendi can do to save this. Terror Wave used just for the last bit of damage. There's the Exo by Duster.
He refreshes.
He refreshes. That's Duster about to die. Ghost Scepter giving it a couple more seconds of life. He actually might be able to just outrun them. They're just ignoring him though. They're going for the racks. Oh, sorry, for the tier 4s. They want to destroy the Ancient. Duster almost killed Glimmer, game saving his life. Duster's creating a lot of space, but finally will be punished for it. Now it's Dendi versus the world. What can Dendi do? Can they stop Rari? Not with his BKB. IPG will take it for 2. What a game.
What a game. IPG finally win, and it's a 54-minute slugfest here. Divine Rapier swapping hands at the end. The mid lane Puck truly being the end game carry. Unbelievable.
You know what? I gotta give it to Rari for this.